Well, now that we are gathered here, it's time
Ladies and
to
germs, we're gathered here today.
because it's a jazz session. You can just interrupt the host whenever the hell you want. I guess
We
that's what
do
we're
that in
going
the
with.
regular section.
Not
Yeah, I
like
plan
that
on
though.
doing it the
Not like
entirety of
that
this
one though.
recording.
But yeah, it's the jazz session. This is our second annual jazz session, and it's not annual, I guess, because we didn't do one last year. But
Hunter doesn't know how to play saxophone.
that's true.
About the notes I
It's
don't
about
play.
Ah,
the
fuck. I was
games you
supposed
don't
to get a
play.
saxophone today.
Jesus fuck. But yeah, this is kind of just where we have a place to talk about anything we didn't talk about during the main proceedings. And I want to start that off with Lily. I know that you had a 6 through 10 this year.
I did have a 6 through 10, actually.
I want to
Yes,
hear your 6
because
through 10.
okay. Number 10 for my game of the year was Kind Words 2. Dash, you're such a
Not good.
baby.
It's not good.
Dash made a gamer's delight, which is UV and Diet Baja Blast, and now he's coming to terms with his adult decision
Uh,
to
I
drink
also
like a
had a 6
child.
through 10 BT dubs.
Do you
oh,
want to
okay.
trade
Well,
off?
I want to hear. Yeah, yeah. I also have a 6 through 10.
Oh,
But
okay, perfect.
Number
Um,
10.
My number
Burger
10 was
King
Kind
foot
Words 2,
lettuce.
Kind
which
Words
I
2.
talked about a little bit in.
She's dead.
We lost you.
Pros.
But yeah,
Lily, we
I
didn't
like
hear
it
a
a lot.
single
It's
fucking thing you said.
cool.
That was
Yeah,
really
all of you
convincing,
were
Lily. I'll play
frozen.
it now.
All of you were frozen
Actually,
online.
you were
I
but-
think you were the only
Yeah,
one
yeah,
who was
you were-
frozen.
well, that's why I said on mine.
Okay.
If you wanna take to that.
Yeah. I talked about it a little bit in soundtrack. My number 10 is Kind Words 2. It's not super a game, but it's very cute and it's a lot of fun if you put a little into it, you get a little back, and it's just cute to see the kind of community you can kind of build anonymously and the support you can get from strangers anywhere.
I like Kind Words 1 a lot.
I didn't play the first one, but
I'm
there was a
guessing
good
it's
deal
more of
on the second
same.
one. I'm
Is it-
sure it's the same thing.
Is it kind of like if they took the credits from Nier Automata and made it a game?
No, it's more like if you just threw a message in the bottle out into the void and then received messages in the bottle and could comment on the messages in the bottle.
Didn't they do that in the credits? Well,
Like a whole game of the Dark Souls signs.
Yeah, no.
Oh god, he's
Whoa.
God,
Oh,
Whoa.
that's a
These are the
lot.
things you can only expect at the late night jazz session.
the fire got him.
Late night jazz.
My my number 10 was a game that did not show up in any of my other categories, but when I played it for the first time, I was so hooked that I kind of just needed to sit down and play it in one sitting, and it's not very long, so I was able to do that. But it is Crow Country.
Mm.
It
Oh, yeah,
is
I played the demo for that.
it's a game that's made to be like old Resident Evil games, and including the tank controls and kind of like wonky shooting. And I think it is quite excellent. It's just a super fun time going and doing old Resident Evil type stuff.
Is it like a Resident Evil, or is it supposed to be like something different?
It's a no,
The
it's very much
horror
like old
your eyes,
Resident
right?
Evil and old Silent Hill. Like it is
Hmm.
going for a very specific get item, use item on door, mix herb, etc., etc.
I don't know if they do it in the base game, but the demo at least lets you go back to your car and get some ammo at any point.
So it has
So that's cool.
you can get ammo from the car. It also just kind of has trash cans around the place and like other like lootables that aren't just like one and done. So it's pretty good about giving you resources, but doesn't make them so plentiful that you're not kind of doing the survival stuff.
I have it installed. I've been meaning to try it.
It's fun. I like it.
I saw it, and for whatever reason, my brain went, "Oh, that's just another fuck. What was that one from last year? That was a like a Souls-like, Tunic-like thingy to start a crow."
Oh, Death's Door.
Death's Door. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it
No,
was gonna
it's
be
not at all like
that.
Death's Door.
It's a prequel, actually.
Nor do you play
Yeah.
as a crow.
Well, then I'm less interested.
You got to
the
find the
story-
Crow Country in order to find the Crow Door.
The story is also a pretty. It's a very well done short little story. But Ryan, what's your number 10?
My 10 was Llama Soft. It was a pretty big letdown, but I do think there was enough of like an interesting nugget in there, coupled with the fact that I didn't play very many games last year that qualified for a 2024 Game of the Year. That it nestled nicely at a number 10.
Danny Hunter, do you have a
No,
bottom 5?
God, no.
Mercy.
I don't think so.
I think
Okay.
I played 12 new games in 2024.
Count Loop Hero?
11 new games in 2024.
Lily, hit me
Yeah.
with a number 9.
My number 9 is I'm a little surprised that I put it this low because of how much I talked about it otherwise, but it's Odata.
That is actually kind of surprising.
Yeah, I know. I gave it a lot of points in the other categories, but I think it's because I didn't play it a lot.
Mhm.
I just really enjoyed it when I did. The 3 or 4 times that I booted it up, aside from the time to send you the MP4s.
Yeah, I also didn't do too much with Odata. I did 2 run-throughs of just like going through the thing. So I haven't even seen all the instruments yet.
I'm still unlocking stuff on like 8 or 9 songs.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Oh.
I just did 10 songs. I just remember.
I just unlocked the toolbox, so I
Okay.
can like swap out my first couple train cars from the metronome and
Mhm.
day-night cycle, etc., which is neat.
There
I'd
was
like to
a-
keep going with it, but
They were doing a song contest on their Discord, and you could win a $20
That's fun.
Steam card. And I thought that sounded
Whoa.
fun.
Is that why you were asking for all of our songs?
No, I was asking for your songs because they're the intros for this year's Game of the Year stuff,
oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
which you would know
It's
if you
true,
watched
I
them,
saw it.
which only Hunter did.
I didn't
Well,
need to watch it. I
I'm
was there.
going to.
My
Dash,
number-
we just recorded those yesterday. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm not going through that
recorded
same
those this
conversation twice
afternoon.
in a week.
Oh, see, I had to
You
edit out
coulda-
all the slurs.
All of
It-
them.
And make it sound like you said them.
Yes,
Mm.
I'm slur maxing. My number 9 was SteamWorld Heist 2.
Well, you talked
Uh,
about it a lot for that being a number 9.
It only showed up in one category.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it was
you
just in
talked for a
soundtrack.
while.
Did
You had a
I?
lot to say in that one category.
I think
You
you're
also
making
talked-
this shit up.
You talked about it a lot
I don't
outside
remember.
of the recording.
Oh yeah, I mean it was really fun, and I was
mentioned it
trying
a
to get
lot.
people to play it
Mm.
because I thought maybe I could actually get some people, and I didn't. But
No.
is what it is. Yeah, it was fucking turn-based strategy fall, and that was one of the featured games in turn-based strategy fall.
And those aren't games for me.
Nope.
Bummer.
I
I
know.
think you linked it to me when it was on sale somewhere for like $10 or something, but it was right after I had bought new tires and could not afford anything.
Very reasonable.
What's that game about?
It's about
Finding
being
parking.
poor.
Mm. Wow, that's my favorite game.
It's like that homeless simulator from a few years ago where you like scavenge through dumpsters.
Oh, Bioshock
Borderlands?
Infinite.
Yes, to both.
Ryan, what's your number 9?
It was Still Wakes the Deep. I think it's like a walking simulator with some gameplay. Again, I didn't play a whole lot of
You don't have to make a top 10.
I
have
know,
a
but that's why we
six.
only talked about 5. Is because the top 10 was just not really working out. It was a lot of not great stuff. But it was fine. It was a cool enough little
Whoa.
thingy that was notable.
Your camera is doing incredible things, Ryan.
No, it's right. That's just him.
That's just what Ryan looks like now.
Yeah, he can
LA
do
Does it
that.
really
look like
changes.
this?
It's all the smoke.
Phasing into multiple loops through time. Yeah.
But back to Dash's did you call it, like tactical RPG fall?
Sure.
I never got a chance to do no VR. I didn't play any VR games in
Oh,
November.
damn.
I know I really wanted to. But actual games that came out in 2024 were more interesting. More
Let's see.
pressing.
Lily, hit me with an 8.
My number 8 was Flock.
Yeah, Flock
I
kicked
think
ass.
we talked Flock to death. It fucking whips. It's adorable. My favorite creature is the balsamic droop because it has a silly name. And
That's what they call me.
Desperately want to play more of that game. Like,
yeah, that shit whips. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that Microsoft exclusive?
No, it's on
don't
PC
think
at
so.
least.
Oh, okay.
Because Rick got it put in the pool.
mm.
That
Oh,
wasn't
did he?
my
Cool.
number. That wasn't my number 8, but it didn't end up on my list. It was my 7. Since we're
Okay.
jazz, I'm just gonna jump around a little bit.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
the,
fuck
yeah,
it.
it's about the orders you don't follow.
Yeah, it's
That's why I interrupted you.
Flock was a good one. I enjoyed it. I think I
Yeah.
played it in one sitting, and
Really glad you showed us that.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I prefer it to Hohokam, but it is a neat little thingy.
I think I prefer it because it has so much more going on, but also they are so different of things.
But they are also kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Very
Flock
similar
is on
products.
PlayStation for the record.
Nice.
So it's
I
all
will-
over.
I'll be looking for a good price on that.
Ryan jumped around, so we're on 7.
Well, no,
let's-
we're on 8.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're still on
Dragon
8.
Dragon Quest 3, damn it. Dragon Quest 3
3.
HD 2D. That game, I had such a fucking good time with that game. I could not put that game down.
Did you use a gadabout?
He forgot
Yes,
about
because I needed to evolve I needed to do a gadabout to get to a sage.
Yep.
Yes.
I have it installed.
I have been holding off on any of the Dragon Quests. I know that they will be my jam. I'm just I can't get in. I can't dive in yet.
Okay, 3 is or this remake of 3 is cool because you can clear it in like 30 hours.
it.
Because this
Yeah.
was an NES game.
Yeah, up until like 6 or 7, they're honestly not that long. 7
Yeah.
is a stupid long though. Even the 3DS version where they cut a bunch of bullshit out is still long.
I highly recommend 3. I had a great time, and I'm gonna pick up 1 and 2 when they come out later.
I think I'm gonna try to do a JRPG this year.
Ooh, I do. Do you have a certain one in mind?
Near.
I've got a certain couple in mind.
Persona
Shin
5
Megami
Royal.
Tensei.
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei 2. No, I think it's kind of between like Chrono Trigger. I might give that game with No Kunis a shot.
I thought about doing Ni no Kuni as part of backlog here.
And when I was just hanging out here, I was scrolling through the Steam library to see what I was interested in. It's like maybe a Final Fantasy, but none that I have access to seem really interesting.
If you do end up doing Chrono Trigger, the PC version of it is fine, but honestly, you'd be better served with like a SNES emulator.
I have the SNES Classic.
Is it on there?
I thought so.
I think it is.
What about
Well,
the
it's-
DS?
Because I have
port?
that too. And if it's
Yeah.
not, it's very easy to sideload. So
Yeah, play the SNES version if you can, but the PC one is fine.
Is that in the pool? Is that pool accessible?
It is in the pool. At least I'm 90% sure it's in the pool.
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
I didn't like super check.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I got the Steam version and it's fine. I just ended up doing the SNES one instead. Lily.
Yep.
Let's speed through 7 and 6 here because I want.
Oh wait,
Danny
I
to
did
have
Pepper
time.
Grinder for 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ryan gave us his 7 because it was Flock, which was
Yeah,
my
'cause it's
8.
Jazz.
My 7 is Arctic Eggs, and my
Yeah.
6 is Motor Doom.
That's high for Motor Doom.
That's real
I
high for
liked.
Motor
I had a
Doom.
lot of
I
fun with
did
Motor
not.
Doom.
I got a
I played
7
the
and a
shit out of
6.
Motor Doom.
I'm happy that you enjoyed it. I thought it was a bit shallow and didn't like end up
Which
feeling
is to
that
say,
great.
I played all of the levels.
There's more levels.
Hmm.
There's more levels.
I know.
Yeah, she
Like they
played them
added more
all.
levels.
I think so.
Oh, I don't know. I played
Maybe
all
they
the
did.
ones that were in there on like 1.0 release.
Okay. I've got
Motor Doom didn't make anywhere on my thing, but it was a good year for stuff that looks like PlayStation 1 games. I
Yep.
thought what was that? Street Uni X
Street
was
Uni X.
also
I
a
did not
very-
like that.
Oh
I
no,
didn't
neither did
either,
I.
but
It
it
was
was a
terrible,
very
but
accurate PS1 experience where it's just like
Mhm.
awful controls, not
Yep.
not great.
It's
but
like
Motor
in-
Doom
there
was
is-
kind of like that.
this is in the universe where this took off instead of Tony Hawk, but like because like they nailed the execution of it, but no, it is not fun.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I thought Motor Doom was a really good Pro Skater like.
it was
like-
a good drive around the environment while your person shoots people, but I didn't get a lot of Tony Hawk enjoyment out of it, unfortunately.
Oh man, I did with the manuals and the reverts and the fucking grind balance meter.
I thought it was just like
it was.
too simple.
I just liked hanging out with the Boner Bros.
I mean, like, yeah, what's not to like about the Boner Brothers? But Nintendo Super Boner Brothers win.
On the Nintendo Switch too. One Joy-Con for each Boner brother.
Whoa.
My 7 and 6 are Unicorn Overlord and Xenotilt. Unicorn Overlord is, I think, now my favorite Vanillaware game.
I didn't realize that was a Vanillaware game.
Everything
no,
I've
they-
heard about Unicorn Overlord makes it sound like extremely my jam.
I
Oh,
think
it's
you'd love it.
awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Unicorn Overlord's also my 6.
Isn't it?
It
Like, it's one of the games that I know is not for me because otherwise I would have played it.
Mm.
Are you sure it's not for you?
Isn't it like a fucking tactical RPG?
I mean, yeah, but like
I
it's
mean, yeah,
it's-
kinda.
doing its own thing.
I
It's
don't
You
like
know.
don't have to
Is
get
it
very tactical with it.
is it in the pool?
No, it's on you can borrow a disc.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
Vanillaware
maybe.
game. It's never going to be on Steam or
Yeah.
not going to be on PC unless you emulate it.
It'll be on
Ryan, bring it
3DS
on home.
though. Balatro
Mm.
at 6.
Ultra good.
Good game.
Uh,
Some might call it the best game of 2024.
Some might call it the best game of 2024.
They're crazy. It's the 6th
Well-
best game of 2024.
So Danny and Hunter, I want to hear some stuff from you. So I put a moratorium on runners up when we were doing discussions because
Mhm.
number one, I wanted Jazz Session to have some substance to it, and number two, we thought we might be under the gun really bad on time. So,
Yeah.
do you have anything you want to talk about that never came up?
I got a couple. Do you have anything, Danny?
I mean, go ahead, Hunter. I wasn't actually looking at my notes just now. Yeah. So you take the lead on this, Hunter.
Okay, I got a couple smaller things to mention and then like a bigger one. I tried Mech Warrior 5 Clans because it's on Game Pass. And it seems neat enough, but the way they talk is so fucking weird. Like it's very stiff. They don't use contractions. Like they make a point of pointing out that they don't use contractions.
Oh, so it's not like a weird localization.
No,
thing?
it's not. But like they
in the
still
dialogue.
yeah, but they still use like weird made up names and words. But they'll like one character will be like, "Man, it's bullshit," and someone else will chime in with like, "Whoa, you're talking like a free porter right now. You mean it is bullshit?" And it's like, what?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I only played like 2 levels. It seemed fun enough though. Like, if you like big robot games, lots
I
of
do.
customization.
Like
But
the
I
again,
haven't played
theory.
Mech Warrior since like the second one.
The cutscenes were also like the character models are weird, like kind of uncanny valley, and I just with the weird speaking and stuff, it's just so off-putting.
I've never played a Mech Warrior.
But other than that, I played Me Side, the Dash. Have you
Okay,
heard of it?
yeah, hang on. Can you Okay, I actually it's interesting
Here
that
we
you've
go.
done this. I
Yeah.
have some questions about this game.
Okay.
I've never heard of this game,
It
so
is
here we go.
Is it a horror thing?
It is.
Okay, firmly it is a horror thing.
Like when you beat it, there's like a different thing you can do.
The game or your meat?
The
It-
game. The meat is
Okay.
later. There's the choice you can make like right near the start that you can only do on a second playthrough, where instead of going through the game and then starting like most of the horror stuff, it's like staying with the thing, and then then they're like, oh, you unlocked peaceful mode where it'll be more dating simmy or whatever. But then like you try it and it's like, hey, by the way, that's not done. That mode's not done yet. We're still working on it, but we promise it'll be expansive.
Mm.
So my whole Twitter feed seems to you would not be able to tell it's a horror game. I guess I'll say that much.
Well, yeah, it's because it's not only is it like flavor of the month kind of deal, but also it's like very waifu focused.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, does it have anime girls in
It
it?
seems like a
Yeah.
titty game.
There's no titty, but it is very like obviously people aren't going to really be talking about the horror bits, even though there are horror bits. But
Okay.
it's fine though. It's an all right game. There's some neat bits with the horror thing. There's one I saw people describing as PT like, but I think that's just because it's a looping hallway.
Oh, okay.
That's
I mean,
so
that's
all
what
it
PT.
takes.
I mean, that's really all.
I mean,
PT
yeah.
is.
I don't know. It was neat, but like not really neat enough to make any category. Like there are some decent moments, but like, just kind of whatever.
Oh, it's interesting. I didn't realize you had played that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I probably would have put Unicorn Overlord higher, but I didn't.
I thought
Play much
Unicorn
of it.
Overlord was going to be a Octopath Traveler or whatever those thingies are
I'm
called.
so glad it's
sequel.
not.
Mm.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I only
but-
heard the name. I didn't
it-
see anything about it.
It seems way more unique than that.
Mhm.
And yeah, like
Again,
The-
I know
the-
it's supposed to be like a successor to the Ogre Battle games. I haven't played those. I'm not going to play those, but I have
I'm
never played
over it.
anything like this.
But Dash, you're a real big in JRPG guy now.
Right. I'm the only JRPG fan. I have to do it.
yep,
True.
Do it for us.
it is your sworn duty.
It is my thing now.
So I guess most of what I played, I didn't really have a ton to say about. But I played Infinity Nikki.
I was going to do a fucking thing where I took a drink every time you mentioned a gotcha game.
What about every
I
time I
sw-
mention a gotcha game?
I
Yeah,
listen.
Dash is in on it now.
Because
I know
I'm
he
5
is.
days in. I've got a 5-day streak bonus in Zenless Zone Zero.
I'm
now.
so
Hell
proud of
yeah.
you, bud. I
Hell
hope you
yeah.
get promoted to the next rank of weeb.
That's almost a week.
I mean, I think downloading it already like automatically gets you
I-
promoted.
I do-
Right, but the
do
5-day
also-
streak should get him one more tier.
Yeah.
I did also come to this
internaut
wanting
level
to
is
ask you
18.
about. Damn. Okay, you've played more than I have actually.
Okay.
Wait, how?
My level is 17. But yeah, no. I did actually want to ask you about your experience with Zenless Zone
I was
Zero,
gonna
but
talk about it.
yeah,
Great.
good.
Yeah, let's talk about Infinity Nikki first.
Melissa's
Let's-
so curious about this game.
Don't let her play it. It's not good. Danny,
No,
go
it's-
ahead,
no,
talk, say
like,
what you want to say.
Please, I want her to play it.
We
Um,
don't get sassy Lily very often, so like I'm this game must really
Lily
suck.
just hates me having fun with.
That's not
terrible,
what
terrible
happened.
things.
Lily
I
hates
played
weebs.
Infinity Nikki.
Yeah,
I played it. I regretted it immediately.
so
It was worse than Echoes of Wisdom.
well, okay.
It ran
so-
great.
No, it's gorgeous. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
amazing.
great.
It feels like shit to play.
That's not a
It
good part for a game, Danny.
no,
No, I
like
think it's fine.
I'm not defending it. However,
But
but it is like I like a dress up game. It like and I've
Play Fortnite.
oh
Yeah, you
You
can
can
be
dress up as
Hatsune Miku
Godzilla.
now.
you can
I
be
don't-
Goku with J's.
I don't want to be other people. I want to be my OC.
But
I
Miku
want-
can hit the gritty.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
What if she
God
could
rest David
2C
Lynch's soul.
slide?
I want to have a shit ton of unnecessary accessories and be able to apply them in whatever fuck way I want.
Play Dark Souls.
Yeah, I have and I do, and it's good. I will like it's better than Infinity Nikki.
What did you say
However,
then?
there's so like Infinity Nikki made it onto my number 3 most surprising for a lot of the same reasons that Zenless Zone Zero ended up on my most surprising is that I thought this was going as a gacha game going to end up being a soulless cash grab that just had no merit. But it came out in 2024 and it was free, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And there is so much fucking soul in that game. Like the people who made that game and the people who play that game care a lot. It's the 6th iteration in that series. Like people love Infinity Nikki, and they got riled up when the new outfit that came out was like I don't know what the drama about it was really, but I know that I know I saw headlines about Infinity Nikki drama and people not liking. My friend Lauren was like, "Oh yeah, no, the new outfit, it's terrible." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about yet, but I'm going to play more and I will eventually." There's a depth of lore in that game. Like God, you said play Dark Souls. It's honestly kind of like comparable levels of lore.
Doubt that shit real seriously, hombre.
I'm glad you said it because I was thinking it real hard.
If
No,
you
Big
read
Hat
these
Logan's in
pants
there. You gotta
description-
put the hat
You
on him.
read
Does
the
this have
pants.
any connection to Goddess of Victory, Nikki?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
I don't
Okay.
think it does, Danny. Those are two
No.
very different gotcha games.
Oh, we got 2 Googlers.
So
'Cause-
so
Goddess of Victory, Nikki, is all about women aiming at like targets in the background and shooting so their ass jiggles.
and Ava's there. You can be Masato.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, I was wrong. It
It
Same
can
game.
also be 2B.
definitely not.
Nice. Be
Whoa.
both my girls. Okay, so
So
Zenless Zone
speaking
Zero.
of gotcha games,
Zenless
Oh,
Zone
speaking
Zero.
of
boy.
gotcha games,
Oh, okay.
It has some remarkably well done body animations.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
titty physics are hilarious.
I was gonna say,
They're
I've seen plenty
hilarious.
of people just posting walking animations and
But,
then
like,
no,
zoomed in on
standing
the butt
animations.
jiggle.
Yeah, it's
Just-
more like
Just like Nikki or no
it's
Nicole.
dumb.
Nicole will just be standing there and her tits will just like float around. It's
It's
great.
a bit
It's
Dynasty
great.
Warriors in terms of combat, in terms of a lot of the starter ones. I got Miyabi, and she has more going on with her, but it's still kind of simple.
She's got it going on.
But she's at least got like a different gameplay loop going on.
Mhm.
And
And
Judgment Cut.
What?
they
You
they
said
let
she's
you
Virgil.
do
Yeah.
they let you do like the training mode to learn the mechanics for every character whether you have them or not. And I went in and did a lot of them. And every character except for one feels distinct.
Yeah,
Like,
they
they're-
do feel different, even though everything is like you only have basically 4 moves, and it's, you know, square or triangle, and then hold square or triangle, and then I guess you get an ult. But something like Miyabi is like building up a meter of frost, and then you can hold square and like unleash the frost into like ground AoE moves, and then depending on how much you cash out, it does bigger moves. So like it's got something going on there. The writing's abhorrent. I haven't been hooked by the story. I love the Bang Boos and will die for them. They are
Yeah.
amazing. They have perfectly designed a mascot that is marketable and merchandisable. And when you apply the titty physics to this small rabbit like thing and have him like he runs around like a little fat guy,
mhm.
it's adorable. I love him. I love all the Bang Boos. I keep wanting to call them Bangaboos, but that's not it. They're also not Bang Bros. They are just Bang Boos.
Yep.
Sure.
I think
It's
the dialogues,
fine.
yeah, no, I mean, it didn't make my top 5.
Yeah.
Like, it's again, it's like my expectations were just like subterranean.
Yeah, they're making the cash sucker games decent now. Like this could just pass as a game, and that's what's
Mhm.
terrifying.
Well, I think everybody has their own cash sucker games. You got to stand out somehow.
Yeah, and so you give it like an actual kind of soul. Like,
Who'd have thought you make a good game and then add the cash
The
sucker
characters
part and
animate
people
like
like it.
smear frames in cartoons. It's
it's
really
so
well
fun.
done.
Like Looney Tunes. Billy is a
Yeah.
Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, Billy's a Looney Tunes character. It's
Like,
they have a different girl or man for every flavor that you could possibly want. Anything, whatever you think is fuckable, they've got someone for you.
but they also don't have like a surplus of them. There's like 25 or so.
Yeah. There's way fewer heroes than I was expecting.
Yeah. No, like you could conceivably.
I have the giant karate bear.
Me too.
I have like 3 lollies. One of them's a demon. I
Yeah.
don't have the
Yep.
cat girl lolly.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I did want to talk about Zenless Zone Zero today.
Yeah.
Something that isn't
I'm
a
glad you
gotcha
did.
game.
Now,
That
see, I give you shit for playing Infinity Nikki and Zenless Zone Zero for gotcha games, yet I played a gotcha for, according to Steam, 432.5 hours.
What game is it?
I broke
Counter
1,000 hours in
side.
Destiny this year.
Oh, you guys like stats? I played 37 games this year, and 20 of them were from 2024.
Ooh.
Hey,
Nice.
that's good. Good job.
Getting up there.
That's a good ratio.
I think this year was a good year for rediscovering a love for video games.
Gaming's good right now. It's hot.
Gaming's good. I didn't play anything in 2023.
We've come a
on
long way
purpose.
from the bleeps and bloops of Pac-Man.
I do
Oh.
like the bleeps and bloops of Pac-Man though.
But
I
now
keep
you can have a
forgetting
game
to-
with ass in it.
Ooh. I keep forgetting to bring it up every time it comes up. In Still Wakes the Deep, they have a achievement for running for less than 10 minutes throughout the entire game,
Oh, that's good.
and
I
it's
like
called
that.
Walking Simulator.
That's good.
That's
I
pretty
got
good.
it. On my first playthrough, I got it.
You
Well,
don't really
only
need to
playthrough.
run.
No. Even during the bits where there are monsters, you can just kind of like crouch walk and still be fine.
Yeah, you throw something the opposite direction and then scuttle into the next hidey hole.
Well, you gotta fix the licky.
Don't talk to me like that.
I've got a
Well,
game
then get your licky fixed.
that I did not talk about in any
Licky
category
boom boom down.
I've
that
got
I
3.
think people should check out.
Okay.
Okay, let me pitch this to you. What if you were like, let me get the year on this correctly.
Here we go.
What
2024.
if you were a There's got to be a year.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay, what if you apparently there is not a specific year. What if you were a nun in Russia in the 19th century.
Oh, I did want to play this.
Is this
Mm.
And
Lorelei?
then one day you start hearing voices.
Yeah.
Except the voice is the devil.
Yeah.
And then you get to do a walking simulator where you are a nun that wasn't a very good nun and that nobody really liked either. While the devil is kind of walking you through the game and narrating.
That sounds fun.
I am
I
talking
really
about
want to play this.
Indica.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
more of
good
a
enough to
sativa
make
guy myself.
any category. But neat. It was neat.
I think it's on Game Pass too.
It's a good
There's-
Game Pass game.
There's a thing that I'm encountering, which is like games that have severe lesbian vibes.
It's
And-
definitely not that.
No.
No.
Okay,
does it have
bisexual
the
woman vibes.
vibes?
No.
No.
You play as a woman. And
Yeah.
you very clearly want to fuck men, have
Yeah,
fucked men, and want to fuck a particular man.
Okay, yeah, that's standard bisexual.
I mean, okay.
Is
Oh, I see
the
Bayonetta
man Jesus?
bisexual.
Hey,
Is the man
you know,
Jesus Dash?
just because you're into men or in a committed relationship with a man doesn't make you stop being bisexual.
I suppose.
Like,
I
let's-
suppose
let's-
that's right. Who am I to judge?
Where
I
is the
would-
bisexuality established?
I
though?
would maybe
Where
table
does
your
it come
expectations.
The self-insert.
Okay,
Hey.
well, see, maybe you should.
Would
lead
you
with
really
that.
want to self-insert as a nun and whenever Russia literally hearing
Yeah,
the
but it's-
devil?
As
She's
a
a bad
bisexual
nun.
woman, yes.
So I do have a question though, and
Here
this
we
is
go.
genuine. I could have googled this at any point, but I've chosen not to.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Anyone can tell me,
Let's get into it.
what do nuns do?
Not a lot.
None
They
of your
slap
business.
No, but like, what
Rulers,
is
I
it? What do
think.
they do?
I think
often
they teach
function
private
as
school.
teachers. They often do administrative work for the churches, secretarial, treasury, sort of that sort of thing.
I've been exposed to nuns in 2 games in the past couple years. Pentiment and now Indica.
And there were none of them in there?
Well, there were nuns,
None.
but
Yeah,
they
that's what I
weren't
said,
allowed
there's
to
none.
really see anyone or do anything. And I don't understand what nuns are for.
They have saucy thoughts about Jesus and then feel bad about him.
Yeah, I
Okay,
pray-
Indica's got a lot of that.
They pray the gay away, I've heard.
That's
Okay.
also, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hence
sure
the
nuns are kind of
bisexuality.
like monks and priests and stuff. They're just women who have dedicated their life to Jesus.
Okay.
So they got to do something.
Like they're repressed lesbians and bisexuals.
I don't see. I'm not saying that's never happened.
It's the self-insert, Dash. You can't.
Okay.
No,
you
that's
can't get
also
hung
just
up on the
nuns.
self-insert.
That's also
Okay.
just nuns.
Danny is self-inserting herself into Catholicism.
Okay.
Literally every nun.
Okay. That's fine. I suppose. Live your truth.
There you go. We got there.
What?
I'm
Anyone else-
becoming a monster. Like,
Anyone
let's
else
be
have
clear
a game
here.
that they need to talk about? I've got a list.
I have 3 best games not released in 2024 that
I
did
You know what?
come
I
up.
actually would like to hear about those.
Yeah, I got a couple games.
They're all movement
Actually, too.
games.
Ooh.
kind
okay.
of.
I moved in a lot of my games too.
As in, like, the movement
Whoa.
is the
I'm
focus?
moving
or-
different.
Yeah.
Or, like,
So-
DDR.
No. Like they're movement focused.
Okay.
I mean, I guess number 6 in my best game not released isn't really. It's more of a Metroidvania, but it's Carrion.
Oh, that one was pretty
Movement.
fun.
Really like
Well,
Carrion.
moving
Very
different in
good.
there.
Love to
Which
be.
I'm not even
love to
sure
be
if
a
I'd count that
symbiote.
as a Metroidvania. I never felt like I was going back to places. I felt
Nah,
like I
it's
was
pretty
just kind of
linear.
but it
I don't know.
does-
I felt like I did quite a bit of like going back and like using the long arm to reach for things or.
I felt
I don't know.
like
I
I was just
also-
kind of pounding through, but it was set up like a Metroidvania. for
Yeah.
sure.
I guess maybe it was also just kind of the vibe.
I
But
feel that.
I really liked Carrion, and then the 2 that are definitely more like movement focused, movement based is Gibbon Beyond the Trees,
Sounds amazing.
which is like
Gibbon's neat.
actively a conservationalist game about like saving endangered species. You like rescue animals from cages. You play as a gibbon, and you have like a partner monkey who helps you swing through the trees, and like you can grab their arm to like slingshot you across extra far gaps, and
Oh hell yeah! This game
it's
sounds
very
sweet.
cool.
Gibbons-
It's fucking
Can you
Gibbons
grab
sick.
your
cool.
trick?
Hmm.
What?
Yeah, you can grab your trick.
Can you
Yeah.
grab your trick and then they grab their trick?
Yeah. Trick chain. That's what we call it in the industry.
In the given world.
Yeah.
Are the Gibbons bisexual?
Yes.
No,
One of
they're
them's
all
pink. That's how you
lesbians.
know. And then the other game that I really liked was Webbed.
I don't know Webbed.
Webbed, you play as like a little wolf spider, and you have to use your mouse to like shoot a web to a point of the screen and like zip to it to move that way. It's kind of Spider
I
Heck
was
in
gonna
its
say it was Spider
movement.
Heck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in its movement, it's very Spider Heck, but it's not. There's not
You-
really any combat. Like you can shoot your web onto a fly and eat it, and there's like an achievement for beating the game without eating any of them. It's just really cute. It's in the Steam pool.
You showed me at least Webbed, and you talked about Gibbon.
Yeah,
Um,
both are very good.
Yeah, and you told me that I would really like them and that I should play them, and we were right there, and you did not let me touch the controllers.
Well, it'd be like that. Luckily, I know where you live.
That sounds like a
Um,
threat.
But yeah,
Isn't it?
I wanted to talk about them, but they weren't as good as Shadow of the Colossus, Strive, or Disco.
Few games are.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all very cool games. People should play them.
I hit a decent amount of not 2024 games early on in the year before stuff started coming out. I was kind of trying to, I was doing a lot of like backlog sweep up where it was like, oh yeah, I got 75% of the way through that game. I should probably finish that.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I finished Star Wars Republic Commando. I finished Power Wash Simulator. I finished Luigi's Mansion 3. I finished Stories Untold, A Little to the Left. I
Ooh,
finished
love
Neon
A Little to the
White.
Left.
Yeah.
Finished Escape Academy.
Mm,
Which Escape Academy was really cool. I think
Yeah. I like
that's
that game.
a really neat like co-op thingy.
Oh, I played it single player. That's interesting.
It was good as a co-op.
Cool.
Yeah,
Dash
Amar and
added
I like
boxes to the
escape
Steam
rooms.
pool, and I played all of it.
Boxes?
Boxes?
Didn't you? Didn't you add boxes to the Steam pool?
What the hell is boxes?
I add like 15 games to the Steam pool every month. You can't possibly expect me to remember each one.
Yeah. It's like an escape room game.
Is it
to a
boxes or boxes lost fragments?
Yes.
Is it one where you're like you're organizing?
No,
different
it's
notes?
like an escape room game.
Definitely not the one just called boxes because that's just a puzzle game. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Lost Fragment, but I sat down and played all of it in 2 sittings. I want to
Okay.
say. Boxes, Lost Fragments. Yes.
I'll put that. I'm gonna see if that one's in my backlog or if I move that directly into games I have no intention to play.
Hmm.
Good thing you bought it.
Probably didn't buy it. I probably got it in a bundle.
I tried Dark Forces Remastered. I got decently far as a boomer shooter guy. I got to try them all.
Mm.
It's fine.
Boxes was
The-
a 2024 game.
Ooh.
Lost Fragment.
Oh, yeah.
Boxes Lost Fragment was a 2024 game, and it is in my backlog.
Yeah, but I didn't play it until 2025, so
I'm just saying it's
I'll talk about it next year.
scripture.
I guess. Lily makes a good point here. I have a game that I have been playing a lot of this week that I was going to talk about right now, but
Not what
I
this
might
is
talk.
about.
Infinity Nikki.
Finite,
Burger King
finite
foot
Nikki.
lettuce.
Yeah, no.
Number 15.
prequel.
So I guess next year I'll be talking about Hades.
Yeah, make a note.
Hades
No.
nuts.
I don't think the note is going to be necessary. That game whips ass.
That game
Yeah.
whips ass. And also we're scheduled for Hades 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Is
can
that
play
this
it
year?
early access.
That's
Is the
supposed to
1.0
be this
It's
supposed to
year.
be this
supposed
year?
to drop in 2025.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
I
it
mean,
was if
I'd
it
love
was
if
not
they
on
did.
my most anticipated list, it's top. Hades
Hades
2.
is
Hades
one
is
of the
so
best.
good.
So
Uh,
yeah, no, I hit it. I hit it for like an hour at Finn's house back in like October or September, and then I when I got the PlayStation 5 in at the end of November, I was trying to prioritize 2024 games. So I've been
That's a lot
holding
of
off on
games.
playing it until after our recording session on Sunday, and holy shit, I have stayed up till 3 multiple nights despite my working in the morning. I am suffering for this game, and I do not mind.
So just
It's
so
so
you're
addictive.
aware, just like a little pro tip, 10 successful runs is beating it.
Oh, okay. So
Just
I had my first successful run last
Okay.
night.
you stop getting new story after 10.
Okay.
You can
I
certainly do more, and there's more to do in that game, but just for your own mental record.
I was kind of wondering, I was going to consider myself having beaten it whenever I hit credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story continues a bit, and there is a different resolution. And you
I
also
mean-
have to date everyone.
Don't you get credits
Yeah.
after your 10 wins?
You
Isn't
get
that
credits
when-
after, I thought you got credits after the first win.
No.
No, I think you
Oh,
get
okay,
credits
well then,
like
yeah, then that's when
once
you get
the
it.
story up top resolves the way that it
Mm.
does. I think that's when you hit credits.
Okay.
Like you said, once you beat it. Yeah, as soon as Danny got the PS5, the next time I saw Finny, and I was like, nope, I'm taking my copy of Hades back, and I immediately handed it to Danny. Because
was
I mean,
there.
Finn had
It
already
was- it-
beaten it like 20 or 30 times through. Like,
Get your own copy, bum.
yeah, I was like,
I
no, you
think-
played it, you borrowed it, it's
Get
fine.
me
Now
Zelda,
it's Danny's
bum.
turn.
I haven't seen you since I beat Zelda. Okay, I'll
I
give
know.
it to you, and then I'm gonna
Lily,
borrow
We're
some
not
Zelda
doing
manga.
anything?
science tonight.
Lily, do
Um,
you have anything?
Yes, I have Super Mario Bros. Deluxe.
That you're right. Yeah. Okay.
oh,
That's a good one.
ooh,
is.
yeah, I want to play
We can
that.
see Nabbit.
Yeah.
You mean
Nabbit.
baby mode?
I played a lot of Mario Wonder as like my first game this year. I never finished it up, but that game is really good.
Wonder's cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I should go back to it
Wonder's very good.
now
I
that
should
I'm
touch
in a
it at
2D
all.
Mario mood.
Ooh, Lily, we should play some Mario Wonder together.
We could play Mario Deluxe together.
Also, that
yeah.
both have 2-player.
But yeah,
I would like to. There's been a distinct lack of science discussed during this jazz session.
Yes.
One might
Yeah.
say
Yes.
that jazz and science can't coexist. I'm here to prove
That's-
that wrong.
As
They do.
Only
both a
cowards
jazz
say
musician and a scientist, that's false.
So
Yeah, only somebody who doesn't know anything about jazz or science would say that.
like
We-
Hunter.
our committee of science, we have
Oh,
ranked
blend.
56 fighting games
It's
over the
been
course
good.
of 2024.
It's been good, especially not especially the trash, but the trash has been so much fun.
I wanted to talk about 2 games.
UFC
Them's
2009.
fighting herds.
No, I want to talk about 2 games. One of them I have an anecdote for.
Oh, okay. I
I
can't
want to talk
wait.
about footsies.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's get into it, brother.
Okay,
Footsies.
so for Ryan and Hunter, footsies is a very simple fighting game.
It
you
is
have
one-button fighter.
fundamentals.
It's a one-button fighter.
I like those.
You have oh my god, even the mobile version has like 2-player that you can play against each other.
Well, that's fucking wild.
Oh, good.
You have a left and a right, so you can move in and out, and then you have your attack button. Your goal is basically to land an attack and then land a follow-up attack. It is an entire game revolving around the fighting game concept of like footsies and playing your neutral game. If you block someone's attack and they do a follow-up when you're blocking, their attack will not be successful, and then you can counter and hit them.
They have a very clear opening. You just
Yeah. It's all about just like kind of learning neutral, and it's also like simple. It's got a really like simple art style, and it is super duper accessible. We have brought in we've had a couple like guest people do fighting game science with us.
also to build the tension of the footsies. you have 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Once you have blocked 3 times, the next hit will hit you. So it is about the spacing neutral game. Like,
Yeah,
it-
it's super quick rounds.
Mhm.
You can also do a couple like special moves where if you are depending on how you hold or release different things, you can either do a donkey kick or a shoryuken. Both of them have like certain situations where you would want to be doing them, but just it's boiling down like very basic fighting game concepts into something that's super accessible and just super pure. And we've had some like guest people do fighting game science with us on a couple of nights. There was one time Wolf came over and played, and he took to it immediately despite not really being a fighting game person. It also has a secret command you can do a raging demon like Akuma's super. And there was a time it even has like perfect parries like you're playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And there was a point where I went to do an attack on Wolf. He perfect parried and then did a raging demon on me. Despite it being like his 5th game ever playing it, and I just had to like stand up and leave my house, and I haven't
He
returned
tore the
since.
fucking house
Yeah,
down.
just like
all
fuck,
of us were
okay,
like,
I'm done.
"Oh!"
I'm
Yeah.
done. I just got
Al-
owned so motherfucking badly.
Also, the first time we ever saw that it happened, because the game had been played before and we didn't know it had any of the additional moves, including the donkey kick and the shoryuken. And Melissa pulled out the raging
Yeah,
demon.
she did the
Yeah.
first raging
And
demon, and then it was
just-
like, wait a minute, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, and it was before any of the simpler secret commands, and it was just like, oh, this game has so much more depth than any of us believed. We already thought this was amazing, and now it's top tier. I think it's still number 4 on the list,
It is number 4 on the list.
being the most bare bones fighter.
But yeah,
That's
it's
That's
that's
the
it.
game.
That's the fucking game.
And it fucking whips.
Yeah, it is profound. But number 3 on the list, this is scientifically
better.
speaking, one entire metric better than footsies.
Mm-hmm.
Armsies.
It's a game that I've been trying to get people to play with me for
It's a
years,
Switch game.
and it is
Ooh,
Lethal League.
Fuck
Ooh.
yeah.
yeah. I
it
just looked
is
at the list.
the best ball fighting game
Yeah, it is.
that there is. The crux of it is you have 2 people. You can, and you're smacking a baseball back and forth, and every time you hit it, it picks up momentum. When you have hit it, it cannot hurt you. It cannot knock you out. It can only knock your opponent out. But you can still hit it again if you want. So like you can keep building the momentum, building, and eventually like colors invert. It's making huge like booms for the noise.
It
Going
gets
just
so
so
fucking
stupidly
hype.
fast that it's occupying like all space at one time, and just knocking this fucking ball back and forth.
So
e-
good.
There's 5 characters in it. Each one has a different like special maneuver. The one I like to play, his name is Candyman. Doing his super makes
Fuck
it so the
Candyman.
ball will follow through the wall one time. So you could just be kind of like hitting it back and forth in a straight line like that, and then fucking pop the ult, hit it backwards at a wall, and just like send it coming through the other direction.
You can also send it at an angle through the floor, and it will come out like appropriately from the corner
Yeah.
through the ceiling, and it'll just the Candyman moves. Candyman is a Muppet,
Yeah.
and his moves bend the world.
There's another character who can like make it do a circular arc and curve instead of doing straight lines. There's one who can eat the ball and then like hold onto it and then spit it back out.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to check it out for a while.
It's
I don't remember when it came
So
out, but I
good.
remember being like, I need
It's-
to check this out because it feels like it's almost like a dodgeball
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't.
kind of thing.
There are 2 games rated higher than it on our list. I don't know if any game has gotten us to that level of hype.
What are
Yeah,
the
but
ones
we
that are
haven't
rated
played Rival
higher?
Schools yet.
We haven't played Rival
Schools yet. I'm so excited for Rival Schools Day.
Uh,
Ryan,
the
what's
2
the question?
What are the ones that are rated higher?
Number
So-
1 is Street Fighter 6. Number 2 is Garou Mark of the Wolves, which should be number 1, but whatever.
Yeah.
Too
Actually,
late
what
now.
should be number
I
one is
also
fucking
agree.
Third Strike. Third Strike should be number one.
Third Strike should be number 2.
No.
Garou should be number 1. Street Fighter 6 should be number 3.
Some people don't like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
It was fine.
It's fucking better than fine. You're fine. Fuck you.
Actually, number 1 is going to be WWE. Here Comes the Pain.
We're gonna do
No,
We haven't
need to
even
do it
played
next
Rumble
year.
Roses yet.
We haven't played Rumble Roses.
so the secret number 1 is UFC Undisputed 2009.
You're
No,
goddamn
that
right
is
it
not a secret
is.
number one. UFC Undisputed 2009 is 48. We can
Yeah.
see that. That
What-
is committed to
What's the
record.
difference?
Between 1 and
thing.
48, I couldn't tell you.
It's I don't know, something like 47 games.
But
Never heard of
Semantics.
let's see. So Ryan has a perspective on this. Rivals of Aether's 2 is number 49.
Yeah. Too
UFC
high.
Undisputed is 48. But let's talk about the games that are worse than Rivals 2.
Oh yeah.
Kill la Kill If.
Yeah.
Dog shit
That's
game.
Bad.
So bad.
Dog shit game.
Bad
And,
game.
like I was carrying that flag as a fan of Kill la Kill. It's a bad fucking game.
It's actually
There is-
French for kill the kill.
That's true.
There is a
I've
heard
character
that.
who can lock you into a not a jab, but like a thrust, and he'll kind of like lock you into the like the wake up animation, and there's just no way out of it.
Yeah.
But also that move does no damage, and so you are just stuck there for the 2-minute timer.
Yeah.
Like a fighting game rounds shouldn't go over a minute. A 2-minute timer is heinous.
Sounds really awful.
Number 51, and this game is ranked lower than it should be.
Dead
Dead or
or,
Alive
3
2.
Third Strike.
Dead or Alive 2 also ass.
It's fine.
Yeah, but Zenless Zone Zero wouldn't
It's
be the
worse
way
than
it is
fine. Fuck
without
you.
It's
Dead or Alive
fine.
2.
Game is fine.
Dead or
Number
Alive
52,
2 sucks.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1.
That one should be higher.
No, it should. Number 53, Kings of Kung Fu. This was a game.
That's appropriate.
This is barely a game, but every
Like-
single character was like a Kung Fu movie stereotype.
Like, but made more racist.
Yeah, but like way more racist.
Speaking of which, I booted up Dive Kick recently to show some people, and we had to stop like a couple rounds in and be like, "Is this racist?" We're both like, "Yeah, this is really
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Dive
play-
Kick, the
Just
25th
do Uncle
best
Grandpa
fighting game.
Dittos.
25th best fighting game out of 56.
It is one above Smash Ultimate.
Power
What-
of the
what-
Gritty.
One thing I will say about Kings of Kung Fu is it, like, the mechanics seemed fine. Like, there are clear Kung Fu action stars. Like, there are actual people.
They have like a very
That, like,
clear
you
like,
can play
Bruce
as
Lee
Jackie
ripoff
Chan.
of Jackie Chan ripoff, Jean-Claude Van Damme ripoff.
But he has a racist Asian name.
Yeah.
Like,
Number 54, SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy.
yeah, that one
This
sucked.
game it plays like PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale,
Mhm.
where the only way to actually like get a kill is to do a super, except all of the characters are SNK women, or they are a gender bent version of an SNK character. So there's like Terry Bogard, but he's hot. And
The
has
fatal
fat tits.
cutie.
Okay, Terry Bogart is hot.
You're right. Terry's already hot.
Yeah,
They've got my Shiranui in there, except her default
you.
costume
No, it's
is a cow
your
bikini.
Shiranui.
Like rather than her normal,
Nacho
like already very
Shiranui.
revealing outfit, cow
I just
bikini.
looked at number 55.
Number
Egg
55
dog.
is Fight of Animals.
Which does get bonus points for Egg Dog.
Yeah, there's a
but
character in it called
Also-
Egg
that's
Dog.
why it's not bottom of the list.
If we were allowed to move any of these games, I think I would, at this point, put it above SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy because
If we were allowed to move games,
SNK
Danny would
Heroines Tag
move
Team
it by
Frenzy's got
one
Skullomania in
spot.
it though, and I won't put it lower than Fight of Animals. 'cause
yeah, but I
Skull is-
mean that Orca can summon a tidal wave. Like,
I
come
guess.
on.
Yeah, and that
And then
egg can be a dog, but
Bottom
listen.
of the fucking bank. And there has never been any question at any point about this one being the worst.
Easiest ranking.
Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl 1.
Just
We
What
turned
a
it on
piece
and
of
we're
shit.
like, oh, this
Just
is bottom of the
holy
list.
Fuck. Garbage game.
everyone agrees. This is the worst game.
Yeah.
And
it
we
is
haven't
so
played the
fucking
second
bad.
one yet, but
Haven't played the
things
second
aren't
one.
looking good.
Well, I've played the second one.
Well, yeah,
but
so
not
have I, but
tonight.
we haven't
done
ranked it.
science.
Yeah.
Oof. It is so goddamn bad. But yeah, so those are some cool fighting games we played.
So what's on
Gang
deck
Beasts
then? What's
is
happening
number
at the next
31.
session?
Wasn't it Rival Schools?
Rival, I think, yeah, I wanted to try to do some PS1 ones, but Rival Schools specifically, we had to take a bit of a break, both because we're recording. We normally do this on Friday evening, so that's what we would be doing right now. But also, I'm moving. Let's see some of the stuff that. So what I'm interested in at this point is because the two games that I thought could dethrone #1 spot, neither of them worked out. So I'm really wanting to see if we can like find something that beats #1.
God, I wish I
So some
really
of the ones
want-
we're thinking of, Tekken 3.
Hell yeah. It probably won't, but I love Tekken 3.
Tekken
Capcom
3
versus
Tekken 3 is
SNK
my
2.
first fighting game.
Mm-hmm. Tekken 2
Capcom
was
versus SNK 2.
my
Actually,
first.
King of Fighters 13. Mortal Kombat X. Rival Schools. Asuka 120% Burning Fest Special. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core. Guilty Gear Exerd Rev 2. Street Fighter 4. These are all games that, like, within the context of kind of best fighting games, these games come up.
I
So,
think Rival Schools could do it.
Rival
Now-
Schools, maybe. I don't know.
so I have a game that is we're getting almost too into science here. But I have a game that I think we're going to have to emulate that I want to touch on because I remembered I did have one fighting game before Tekken 3. I never practiced it though, never got good at it.
What's the game?
And it is the Super Nintendo game in the Ranma 1/2
Oh no,
series.
the Ranma fighting game's good. Like people speak positively about that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to play
Yeah.
that at some point.
And we can do
What
that.
about
We can
the
do
Power
busted
Rangers
ass.
Zord fighting game?
So the Power Ranger fighting game is on the list of things to do. It's
I
gotta
mean,
be
that-
Battle for the Gritty, but
Battle for the Gritty was the first night of science, and I think it was. I think we already had Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter
on
6
that first
was the start of the list.
Yeah, and so Battle for the Gritty started at number 2, and it has now fallen to number 16. It's still a benchmark game.
It's still good.
That's serviceable.
Battle for
Yeah.
the Gritty is like the bar for great games.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's the worst of the great games.
Which was kind of baffling
Yeah.
going into the whole thing, but
It's
It's
way
a
better
good
than I
game.
expected it to be.
yeah,
It's so it should not be that good. Like
It's a bummer
but
that Rita's
oof,
Revenge sucks though.
Yeah.
Rita's Rewind or whatever it's called.
It was so fun at PAX, but yeah, apparently it's just fucked. Okay, well, bringing it back around to some 2024 stuff.
Before we do that,
Oh,
can we take a restroom break?
I mean, yeah, go do whatever you want.
Yeah. Hey,
It's jazz.
this is
There's no
jazz,
being in
baby.
Jazz.
She can't hear us anymore.
Good.
Let's all kill
I
ourselves
just-
together. Cut it in
Killing
right
killing
before I
ourselves at
say
Dash's
that.
house.
killing ourselves at Dash's house. So okay, we're all back. Who just real quick, who all has some shit they want to say that they haven't said yet? I feel like I've been dominating.
I have a
I do.
couple.
We got a couple too.
Mine's
Yeah.
very short.
I mean, I could
And-
talk more about Infinity Nikki.
Oh, I could talk
No,
about
no,
Infinity
you
Nikki
can't.
a
See,
little,
that's the thing, 'cause
but
I can do this thing. I can right click, and I can remove.
Uh,
Like
I
that's
can
the
talk
cool
about
thing.
why I didn't like Infinity Nikki.
It
All I'm
wasn't
saying is I
actually
had more to
intended.
say and y'all cut me off.
Yeah, no, I know. That was intentional.
I thought this was jazz, baby.
Damn, get Oscared. Dash played the jazz so you'd shut the fuck up and we could talk about something else.
Dash turned on the please wrap it up sign.
Please wrap it up. Okay, Ryan, give me something.
Oh,
It's first on my screen now.
I played more of Indiana Jones, and I think I stand firmly by its ranking on my list as number one.
It's a good ass game.
And it just got better after playing or talking at the jazz session.
I
would
know
like
I
to play
posted,
more of it.
I know I posted them in the Slack thing, but like again, if you play fucking 5 games from 2024, Prince of Persia, Indy, Balatro, thank goodness you're here in Final Fantasy. Like
I think we came up with actually a really good top 10.
that's a
Like,
beautiful list.
yeah. No, of the 3 or 4 of these that I've participated in, this might be my favorite list.
Yeah, I want to start. I'm very happy with how that top 10 came out.
Yeah.
And I liked your cumulative
Yeah.
points system.
And I like
That was
that
good.
Angerfoot got -4.
Yeah.
Be happy.
It really deserves it.
It should have been good.
Um,
Devolver makes good
I'm-
games. Why was it
I'm
bad?
angry that it didn't live up to its potential. And I didn't play it. So like
I
don't
didn't
know.
actually write down any of the other ones that went negative because they didn't go as negative as -4.
yeah, -4 is impressive.
Princess Peach got a net 0.
Wasn't Danny the only one who talked about it?
I think
Yes.
you put it on
But-
disappointments.
No, I put
I
it on
put Zelda on
Okay, that's what it.
disappointments.
Okay, that's it then. It was.
I
it was-
mentioned it in
Yeah,
music
but I
and
think
disappointment.
Danny liked it for the music and disliked it for the rest of it. And
yeah, it came out to net 0.
Powerful.
Lily, hit me with some powerful stuff.
my runner up for best moment or sequence was the entire frozen pirate ship in Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
That whole area whips, the way that you come back to it and like fall from the sky into that like secret area to get something or other. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I'm a gun.
that whole area fucks. And the first time I got there, I was like, "Oh, this is serious." And then I met homie, whatever his name is, I don't know. And I was like, "Oh, this is really serious." And
Big,
I
large,
left.
McHuge.
I left for a little bit, and I was like, "No, I think I want to go back. I think I want to jump around pieces of a ship." And
God, that game is so good.
very good. Love that shit. Just incredible.
A really quick one that I played 20 hours of entirely within the Seattle Convention Center during PAX.
Here we go.
Halls of Torment is it's an ass game. It's a vampire survivors type game. But like the whole game is kind of like aping Diablo.
Oh, I
It's-
heard of that one. Yeah.
It's really it's the only ass game I've played since Vampire Survivors that I think actually has the sauce. It has like an equipment system. All the classes are like Diablo classes. What is it, Lily?
What is an ass game?
Auto
I was
shooting
about
survival.
to ask.
Okay.
All
right.
Auto shooting survival.
Yeah,
No
sure.
further
I was
questions,
just-
Your Honor.
I was calling those reverse bullet hells.
Yeah, no,
costs,
auto shooting survival is where the community landed.
it costs
Okay.
$6.66.
It's worth it.
On brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I played like
If it's
20 hours
modeled
of
after
it.
Diablo, yes.
It was on because I played it all on Steam Deck. It runs
What is this game called?
Halls of Torment. It's if you know how to interact with these type of games, like if you played a lot of Vampire Survivors, it's probably not gonna like challenge you that much.
It
But
doesn't
it's-
share.
It's fun. I had a good time with it. It's in the Steam
Oh.
pool, needless to say.
It is.
It's the first like good non-Vampire Survivors one of those.
I don't know. I've seen a couple of hentai clones of it on the Steam store, and they all look pretty good.
This would have been my number 5 biggest surprise had that category gone out more. But someone else say something.
Star Trucker is all right, but it's not like it's
Fucking
more.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force ass game. What?
It's a thing where you're a long haul trucker, but in space. But there's way more like little systems you have to keep track of, so I don't think it'd be nearly as like immersive or relaxing as like Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator, because you have to like keep track of the battery, like the power cell charge and all your different systems. Or
Oh,
like,
it's not just like gasoline and windshield wiper fluid. It's like
No,
oxygen and
there are points where
hoverboard
like
power.
if there's like little
Cleanliness.
hull breaches, you have to like get into your exosuit or whatever it's called and go out into space and patch them up. And
I love the
I
sound
I
of
could
this.
see the appeal in that, but
yeah,
I agree with you that it wouldn't be as immersive as
it's
just like a
it's
straight up truck simulator.
it's fine. I only played it for like 4 or 5 hours, but I don't know.
I just want to say I
What
love
was
the way
there?
that we talk about games because 4 or 5 hours in a lot of other things is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Mm.
But Hunter's like, it's fine. I gave it a shot. I played it for most of a day. It's okay.
I
See,
think I
no,
played it for like one afternoon, and I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back to this.
I just love
That's
it.
enough of
I
that.
I fucking what is that like? I put almost 40 hours into UFO 50 and it made no categories.
This is not
Yeah,
a
but
good
how does that
game.
spread across the games?
Why did you put 50 hours into UFO? Or
I only
really
oh,
only put 1
UFO.
hour
No,
into
I'm
each
sorry.
game.
My brain heard UFC and I was very confused.
That is
I was
a
like,
little
what
different.
the fuck were you
Okay,
doing?
yeah, that would be an actual good question.
He got real into Brock Lesnar's fighting style in particular.
That's UFC 2009.
I will say I didn't even play every UFO 50 game.
Wow.
I only
Yeah,
put
but
like
didn't you
5 hours
beat
into
like
the
a good
game.
handful of the
I
ones that you
beat
did
like
play?
8 of them.
Have
Did
we
you beat
determined what's
Barbuta?
the best, or not what's the best, but how many games are actually in there?
What?
56?
51. Allegedly.
No.
There's no more
They
than
only
51?
found one extra game.
So okay.
I thought you said they had
Yeah,
found
50's
like
not
3 or
enough
4.
for Lily.
I thought he said there were more.
So it's that idea of if they found one, can they find more? But due to the nature of what that game is,
A better game would have more.
no. If I were to talk about the 51st game, that's huge story spoilers for UFO 50, and I don't
Interesting.
super want to do that.
Okay.
Makes sense. I was just looking for a number.
So, are you saying there is a legitimate reason to like go through the list and
There's
like
a
go
meta
through the
narrative
library?
that
Okay.
is realized with game 51.
Mm.
Okay.
They actually
How
made
much-
something good for once.
How many
Okay.
prior games are required to appreciate what happens in game 51?
I don't know because I haven't done that.
That
Okay.
fact in and of itself, or like that tidbit, doesn't make me want to play UFO 50. What does make me want to play it is the idea of what that meta narrative could be.
So
I got bad news for you, Danny. There's a lot of golf-based ones, and they all suck.
so you here I just booted.
No, I have a hypothesis. We can talk about it outside of jazz if you feel bad talking about it in jazz.
Yeah,
But,
I don't
like,
want it ruined. I do plan on checking out UFO 50.
I would like
Ooh.
for it to be ruined because it's probably
issue
going to be a while.
with UFO 50
Also, Ryan,
is
I wanna
that
know what
that
book you
era
were
of
reading.
games are games I don't fucking like.
Mm.
Yeah, it takes a good like at least 8 to go through before you're like, okay, finally
Oh,
one that's
okay.
decent.
I'm looking at I'm trying to like I'm bringing up a list of them.
I have
Golf.
Do you
golf.
like Samurai Windjammers?
I
so
do.
it's on our fighting game list to play.
Okay.
I
I don't
yes.
remember what it's called, but I had
Bushido
a
Blade.
time with it.
liked and I beat Ninpek.
Ninpek was
Paint
fun.
Chase is charming, albeit simple.
Pain Chain?
Which one? I know I
Paint
beat
Chase.
one. Which one did I beat?
Mortal whips ass.
Hunter's
Oh, God,
not
it's
playing
so
UFO
loud.
50.
Mortal is cool. Velagress is cool.
Why is it so loud?
Velagress is up well,
Interesting.
What's
and it's
That's-
from the guy who did Downwell.
We call that
Okay.
point B.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
A tactics is kind of cool.
I like camouflage.
Which one- oh,
Uh,
Mooncat kicks ass.
Wait, did you say the Upwell one was by the Downwell guy?
Yeah, he's one of the devs on UFO 50.
So he just made point B then, because he's also the point B guy.
I mean,
Oh,
I
shit.
think there's like a little bit more nuance to it because I haven't played Point B. So, oh yeah,
So you don't know,
camouflage.
you can't comment on it.
Camouflage beats ass. I love camouflage.
What the fuck was that one?
Uh,
The only one I beat apparently is Hyper Contender.
Warp Tank is cool. Waldorf's Journey is cool. Porgy is cool.
I did like.
Sounds like there's a
Porky.
lot of cool games in there.
There's
But
also a lot of bad ones.
there's also a lot of bad ones, and the good ones aren't that good.
Hmm.
Party House is an all-timer. Like
What's
Party
the-
House is legitimately great.
I think I saw like a clip of that one and it seemed really cool.
Like a lot of these games, like Mooncat, for example. Mooncat is cool. The premise of Mooncat is what if there was a 2D platformer where the controls sucked ass?
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh, so it's
Um,
V6 times?
Way worse than that.
Wow.
Is like absolute garbage.
Warp Tank would be a game that you would get on the 3DS eShop early in its life and be like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
I remember that.
It's
yeah.
that good.
Wow.
I mean, it
let's
sounds
see.
interesting to go through. I'll check it
I
out.
don't remember which one Party House is.
Fuck,
Fuck, what's the one where you're like birds and they worship dinosaurs?
Oh,
Is that Valbrace?
I'm looking at the list. No, Valbrace is the first person RPG.
Right, that one's pretty neat.
Birds and they worship dinosaurs. Like I know which one you're talking about. I'm looking for it.
Like I'm looking at the list and I still don't remember.
It's the 51st game.
Seaside Drive is cool in that like same level of like this could be a cool early launch 3DS game.
Is it Avionos? I think it's Avianos. Avianos. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Pilot Quest is cool, which is like half idle game, half Zelda.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's fun. My fundamental problem is that I don't like a lot of games from this era to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that if a person did and they grew up on games like this more than I did, it would be fantastic.
The
Like
Wodig
I bet
fans
my
out there
dad
are
would
losing
love
their mind.
UFO 50.
I think that I need like a super UFO 20.
Hmm.
But like the
Is-
problem is if you were to do like a Super
Banker.
Nintendo era-esque one of this, the complexity of the games would rise so significantly.
Didn't this one already take like a million years
This
to
game
come
took
out?
like legitimately like 8 or 9 years, I feel like.
Damn.
Vanger is cool. Did you mention Vanger?
Vanger's cool.
Bunger.
Bunger.
I got
Yeah,
to game 37 and then I have not played after. Which
a lot of
37
games.
is Valbrace.
You played 37 games last year.
And for what it's
And
worth,
you
these
Most of them
also
are
sucked,
all
it turned
full
out.
games. Like they like full NES level complexity games.
Crazy.
Some of them, like that's not huge. Like Ninpek is a pretty simple like belt scroller platformer action game, but they are full games. They are fully realized, well thought out games. Just don't love games of that era,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
but it's cool. I'm glad they made that thing. Made 0 categories.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody really gave it a lot of shout outs.
The closest it would have gotten was Pilot Quest being a moment or sequence.
I don't remember which one that is.
It's the Zelda idle game one.
I'm kind of just trying to remember where people placed UFO 50 because UFO 50, it feels like it came up a lot, and I'm surprised it doesn't have negative points.
I
No,
think
I
it came
don't.
up
I
in
don't-
like
I
missed
literally don't have it in
connections.
the top 3 of anything, and I think only Hunter and I played it.
I played a
I
bit of it.
didn't,
Oh, you
I
did?
didn't put it
Yeah,
in any
I played.
category.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe 10 games.
My pizza's finally here. I'll be right back.
I'm
Give me
happy for
some.
you. So yeah, UFO 50 is such a cool thing that I'm so glad this exists.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I think you need to be like maybe 5 or 6 years older than me to love it.
I think I might be 5 or 6 years older than you, so
Well, do you
I'll
have a lot
check it
of
out.
nostalgia and
Yeah.
affinity for the Nintendo Entertainment System?
I do not. I don't
Okay,
even.
then
Like
I
I
think-
think
I
my
think
I think
you're-
my dad would really like it.
Yeah, I think give it 10
10
to
years.
15 years
Yeah.
rather than 5 years. And yeah,
I guess I just think like I have a huge affinity for the SNES, but like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
NES
like-
isn't that much older than the SNES.
Is it not?
it's pretty
It's like 6
significantly.
years, I think.
That's pretty old.
Yeah, but I just said 5 or 6 years. Okay, NES was
Yeah,
85.
but you weren't around when the SNES came out. You hit the end
You're
of it.
you're also not considering like the buying process of
I
a
s-
console
I
back like
guess.
30 years ago.
The SNES
like, a
was
lot-
6 years after the E NES.
Like I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is amazing. I'm going to buy every iteration of this." But a lot of people were like, "I have a Nintendo. I'm not going to buy a Super Nintendo," and vice versa.
Yeah, but I also Dash. I think your experience with the Super Nintendo is a little different because didn't the SNES come out in like 1990?
SNES is 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And then so you wouldn't have even played it really until what, 5 or 6 years after it came out?
I played my first SNES game in 94, but I wasn't like, a lucid thinking individual. I
Right.
was a baby hitting buttons.
yeah.
Still are. Not things.
That's
more
fighting
things
games,
change,
baby.
The more they stay the same.
Let me talk to you about Guilty Gear and
Like-
a baby hit buttons.
I know I have played the original Dr. Mario for the NES. I can tell you it frustrated me because there were less buttons than there were on the Super Nintendo,
Mhm.
and
It's
that's
true, worse
about
system.
the level of experience I can tell you about it.
I
Like,
know that my mom dated a guy named Chad who had a who had a Nintendo, and I
I
played
know.
Duck
Chad
Hunt,
move.
Paperboy, and one of the Marios.
Hell
UFO
yeah.
50 is Jeff Gersman's game of the year. And I think that is the correct audience for it.
That
Hunter,
makes
let us
sense.
watch you eat pizza.
Hey,
And if you
Also,
want,
feed it to me.
let's see. Another game that I liked a whole awful lot that didn't show up in any of my categories. Killer Game Pass title. Killer Game Pass title.
Killer is
Uh,
dead.
Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess.
Bless you.
I've seen it. I've seen it packaged recently with like the Okami remaster, so I've considered just picking them both up.
they've got an
I did
Okami
pick up
outfit.
the Okami remaster, and that what was the Okami remaster in 2024?
No.
not
No,
at all.
okay.
It came out like a decade ago or something.
Okay, good, because I did start playing that, and oh my god, I'm back in love.
Technically speaking, the Okami remaster was a Wii game.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It was on. It got put on Steam in 2017.
Well, okay, so there's an HD remaster that I got for the Switch,
Which
like,
was 360 era.
okay.
yeah.
Point is,
It was
it's not
originally-
recent. That's
it
what
was
the
originally
moral of the story is. It's not
PS3.
recent.
They did
Yeah.
something cool with it where originally on the PS3 it was running at 4K and then they just downsized it to 1080.
Hmm.
I don't know why. They just decided, why don't we do it?
and damn it, they did it.
Kunitsugami is like it's a tower defense game. You do have a hero unit. I normally don't like love those games, but like Kunitsugami was just a really good like in and out like 10 hours. Kind of like right at the point where it was kind of getting tired. It wraps up. It has some cool boss fights in it. It's just like a fun kind of tower defense game. The boss fight, like it is, your towers are like units. So like, oh, here are your archers or your, heavy guys, your sumo wrestlers. It's got like a pretty big breadth to the. I want to say there's like 10 different units. So when you're doing the boss fights, you're like summoning and doing units and stuff. It's neat. I love Capcom, and
And you literally carve a path of the goddess.
it's it and Exoprimal are now consecutive year straight to Game Pass Capcom games, and I think this game is cooler than Exoprimal. But I like that Capcom continues to put out cool, weird things on Game Pass.
Yeah. Use that Street Fighter money for good.
Yeah. Hey,
Speaking
trying
of
to give them
games,
more money for Street Fighter, but they won't fucking make costumes.
speaking of games that suck, here, Little Kitty Big City. It's
I
open
didn't
world
play
cat 'em
it,
up.
but
So many people asked me about this game over the year, and every time I told them I've heard it's dog shit, but they keep going, well, I think I'll try it. And it's like, okay, why did you? It was the GameStop customer thing
Oh yeah.
yeah.
of like, you wanted me to agree with you, but I've heard nothing but negative things about it.
It's like
I hate that Dash said that and Ryan and I said the same thing of like, oh yeah, GameStop customer.
I mean, I
Mhm.
would have too, but my mouth was full of
Full of
pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who hasn't worked GameStop. So
There's always
lucky.
in
time.
fact, I know.
There's
that.
always time. You're still
No,
young.
thank you.
Yeah, it's
I somehow managed to avoid retail. Good.
good for
Lucky
you.
you. I live
Little
walking
Kitty
distance
Big
from a
City's not very
GameStop. Maybe I'll
good.
just pick up another job.
I'm about to live walking distance from the GameStop at what my ashes spread at.
Yeah.
I
you want him
already
spread in the
do.
same spot that the kid puked his weight out in?
Put him on top of the TV, please.
You should
No
leave.
one-
They'll
a
never
plank
get
to
cleaned up if you
GameStop
put
at
'em up
will.
there. I'm gonna put you in the bathroom chip box.
That's fine. Hunter, I think you brought up a game. Little Kitty Big City. There we go.
Yeah.
Got distracted.
No, I mean, we still have to heal.
That game. That
Amar
job.
just
I was
played
talking about
through
this
it.
with Melissa, and I think that job is like the single most influential thing that has happened in my life.
Yeah, same.
Like, that changed me as a person more fundamentally than any other thing.
Yeah.
It was really
Better
something.
or for worse, I am who I am today because of that job.
I wasn't even a key holder, and I feel that way.
Yeah. I still think about it.
Oh yeah.
It's
And everything in my life I relate things to is related to that pretty
See,
much.
I think about the fact that Dash asked Greg if he'd ever killed someone a lot. I think about that all the time.
it's becoming like alarming to me right now that this is a like GameStop recovery podcast.
Yeah. Sorry, Danny. Welcome to our
I
therapy
feel
session.
like-
We're
We do it
recovering
once a
from the
year.
Jeffies
I
every
think
year.
I've healed from it mostly because like I forget that it happened a lot.
Mhm.
But like,
Yeah, but
when
then
I
you
think
just
about all
remember
of my
GameStop TV or
mannerisms that I
something.
gain from that store, like that's
When
where
you
the
think
Deal
about
Goblin
Bloodborne,
started.
do you not think about the guy who got fired because he played it before Street Date?
No, I think about Ben's on my PlayStation friends list, so I think about him a lot.
Mm.
I think he tried to start a record label. I haven't seen anything from it though.
Fuck yeah. The last time I spoke to him, it was like 9 p.m. at night. I was curled up on the couch, like watching. No, it wasn't 9 p.m. It was like at fucking 1 in the morning. And I get a video call.
You got
from
a
him.
you up?
Yeah, basically, I get a video, like a FaceTime video call from him. And he's like, yeah, I was just going through my phone and I was like, who the fuck's going to answer? Dash will fucking answer. And I
he was
answered.
right.
He got you pegged.
Like, it's like, he fucking called it.
He begged you.
And we just caught it. Like, he didn't have any, like, mean or rude to say. He was just like, yeah, he just kind of wanted to chat with someone.
Yeah, okay.
That's cute. That's very
Yeah.
cute,
He's a
actually.
good, I like Ben. Ben's, for all of
He
his
just played a game too early. Dark
For
Souls,
all
or
of his-
no,
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
The
Which
funny-
was the second one.
The thing I love about that is I remember when we did Game of the Year 2014, and we were all like, Bloodborne wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
And like
And now look at
in
you.
like hindsight, like that was maybe the wrongest I've evaluated a game at the time. I really didn't like Bloodborne at release, but
Because you were
it's-
bad at it.
Well, I
it
mean,
wasn't that I
didn't
was
it run
bad
like
at it. It's that I
didn't
don't
it run
I
like
did-
shit?
I
Do you-
didn't.
Do you have a game that you think you've may have misread this year?
Oh, okay. So like either a game I think
Interesting.
was bad, or a game that. So it's too early to tell. Truly,
Yeah, obviously. Like
me look at-
inherent to the question.
I
Let me
think
look
I
at my list
misjudged
first.
Children of the Sun.
I misjudged it as it would be a good game.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I think a game that you think is incredible that in hindsight will drop off dramatically.
Motor Doom.
Mm.
I think
I definitely misjudged Children of the Sun.
Is that the one
think
where
I
you
miss-
like have to? It's like a puzzle game essentially of how
A
you
puzzle
shoot.
you're a
Sniper?
sniper.
Yeah,
get
you, like,
one bullet.
drive
When
the
you hit someone,
bullet.
it can bounce to a different person.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
and I don't remember who said it in the group me, but someone said it was fun until you had to do blind shots.
that was me.
I completely agree with you. Like
Yeah.
it was great, and then it was like, yeah, just wing it. And I
It
was like,
has
okay,
Mandy
no.
vibes though.
What
Has
now?
what vibes?
Mandy.
Yeah, but Mandy's
Explain.
good.
No,
I don't know
I'm
what
just
that
saying
means.
like that's
I don't know what that means.
The
it's
movie
a really
Mandy.
good Nicolas Cage film.
Okay.
It's modern day Cage, so like it's really good Cage.
Okay.
It's a crazy director who lets Cage go crazy.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
Where
Sounds
the
nice.
movie's so crazy that Nicolas Cage isn't the craziest thing in the movie.
Yeah.
But he does blow the horn of Abraxas.
Yes.
Sure, of course.
Okay.
And a bunch
so,
of bondage meth heads on ATVs show up.
okay. Here's
Sick.
here's
Is this
In
something
Mad
response
Max?
to the horn?
I
Okay.
could see. I could see UFO 50 being one that like give me 10 years removed from it. Maybe UFO 50 could be something. I could see me calling Metaphor wrong. I'm less confident in that. I could see me having miscalled Anton Blast.
Yeah. I think I misjudged that.
I was really
Not a
excited
lot,
for Anton Blast.
but a
I
little.
played it and really don't actually like it that much, but I could see myself coming back around on it.
It's
I
not
could-
quite Pizza Tower.
I could see myself being wrong about Metal Slug Tactics.
No, I think you're pretty correct about Metal Slug Tactics.
Yeah, that one didn't seem that great.
It sucked. There's one that I misjudged and it's already played out, and that was Balatro, where it's like based on how its launch went, and people, I think everybody kind of misjudged it when it first came out, where there was like fucking
Yeah.
poker roguelike, who cares?
Yeah.
And then it started getting rated M. Like it had a lot of things like kind of happening to it where it was just like, oh, this is going to be a dark and darker thing, where it's like it's not even going to get a chance to get a foothold and people are going to kind of forget about it. And then
And then it fucking took over.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a small list of things that are Slitterhead, Warhammer 40K Space Marine I barely played.
Mm.
Star Wars Outlaws I barely played. Where's the other things? I still haven't played Skull and Bones.
Which one was Skull and Bones?
It's
It's
a
a
quadruple A
quadruple
game.
Been
A.
in development for a decade. That's just the pirate shit from Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, but it
Oh.
like does less than that pirate
I don't
shit,
know. I haven't
doesn't
fucking
it?
played it.
It was
Apparently-
Ubisoft's excuse to steal money from the Singapore government.
Yeah, apparently it's like a big
Oh.
like money laundering.
Well,
but
and
then they
apparently
actually
it,
had
like,
to release it.
does nothing.
And like
Uh,
it doesn't even look that great for being a quadruple A game.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
just like bullshit that costs $80.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I got real excited when I heard Assassin's
The
Creed 4
Witcher?
Pirates.
So Way Forward
Oh,
worked with
Yars.
Atari to
The
release
Yaris?
a Metroidvania called Yars Rising. The hook in it is that it's got like a strong like hacking mini game kind of element to it.
Okay.
Except
What about a
every-
slashing minigame?
Every one of the hacking games is like a twist on Yar's Revenge for the Atari like consoles. There's like 60 different tweaked variants of Yars in it.
Okay.
I don't
I
even
think this
understand
game
how you
looks
tweak an
like
Atari
shit.
game that much.
Why I don't understand why they're making all these old games Metroidvanias now. Like
Grab
that
more pizza.
Pac-Man game looks really weird.
I'm so excited for that Pac-Man game.
Did you watch the Secret Level episode?
I didn't watch any of Secret Level. I had
You
better
should-
uses of my time.
Watch just that one.
Okay.
I gotta say though, if I were to make a modern Pac-Man, I think Metroidvania is like
Grimdark
way I would go.
Metroidvania.
Yeah, but you're not playing as Pac-Man. You're playing as a
As a ghost.
husk or something.
Oh.
No, you're playing as like some fucked up leather guy that like Pac-Man is controlling. You got to watch the Secret Level episode. It's
Okay.
basically it would be the opening cutscene to this fucking game.
I don't.
I didn't
mind-
know this was happening. So
Yeah,
just
I'm
to
learning about
suggest-
this right now.
Yeah, it got revealed at E3. It was crazy. Or no, it was at the Jeffies, not E3.
Yeah,
Which is
I
now
did not
E3.
watch the Jeffies.
E3 doesn't
Me
exist
neither.
anymore.
yeah. It's
Um,
called Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. Oh, was it Summer Games Fest? I thought it was the Jeffies.
No, that's
doesn't
what
matter.
E3's called now. But
I
it was
gotta,
revealed at the
I
Jeffies.
gotta admit, all of the game shows happened while I was at work. I
They
was
do that.
I was digging in people's bones at the time.
I think that doing something insanely weird with Pac-Man or Yars or whatever the fuck is more interesting than doing nothing and way more interesting than doing something conventional. Like, I would rather they take these gigantic fucking swings, license the IP out to whoever the fuck. Like, fuck it, let Way Forward do a thing where the hacking minigames are crazy variants of Yars Revenge. Fuck it. Like,
But they had to do a Metroidvania, like the most tired genre right now. Might as well have just done some fucking JRPGs.
Look, they won the lottery. They're going to use it.
I think that Metroidvania, I will agree it is tired. I think that it is the new generic hack and slash game.
Yeah.
I think the next one, roguelike.
Oh, roguelike was it before roguelike was it before Metroidvania. Like that was the last buzzword one.
Hmm.
Where everything was a fucking roguelike. It got so fucking basically it's like, oh yeah, Binding of Isaac was really successful. Let's fucking do that. But now Metroidvania is pretty saturated. Oh yeah, okay, here's one. What do we think is gonna be the next
Tired.
ass trend?
2D
And
Souls like.
you can't say live service because I think that one is right about like we have hit live service saturation.
Yeah, I mean
Sony's
Sony
canning
just
games left and right. Like
Yep.
Suicide Squad shut down. Sony literally killed a game today.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Which one?
It's what Blue Point's been working on for the last 4 years. It was a God of War live service game.
they
Where were you when God of War was
doing one
killed?
too.
Yeah.
I think the next Metroidvania is gonna be kart racers.
We've got a new Sonic
Interesting.
kart racing game coming out. We've
New
got a
Mario
new Mario
Kart.
Kart coming out.
Bloodborne Kart came out.
Nightmare Kart came out.
That's true.
Where Star Wars is taking off and people have been playing that episode 1 racer again.
Super Bombad Racers.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was talking the pod racing.
pod
The
racing.
yeah, they did port that.
Oh, wait.
I played
just
it last
remembered
year,
something.
actually.
I was going to say
Really
something
quick
earlier.
before we get off topic on Nightmare Kart. Not a great game, but the amount of Bloodborne shit that they translated into the kart racer, remarkable. There
Mhm.
are a couple of the maps. There's one of them where you're going up the Astral Clock Tower.
Mm.
I knew where turns were going to happen before I got to them because I know the layout of those levels in Bloodborne.
That's fun.
Okay.
That's cool.
That level exemplified it more than anything else. But like Lily, I mean, you've played like you know Old Hunters. Like,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know
yeah.
when you're going into the clock tower for the first, like the bottom of the clock tower the first time, the lab, and you have the bulgy people.
Yep.
Where is the first big door, and what is in the center of that room?
In the center of the room is a big pool full of guys crawling on their fucking arms.
And what
full
way
of,
would you turn if you were driving through that room?
I mean, the first time, I think you go to the left, don't
Okay,
you?
it's to the right. That's where the big like if you're
Okay.
facing
It
the
was,
room,
listen,
it's to the right.
it was a 50-50 shot.
That's fine. But I'm just saying, I knew that is where the room was gonna turn because I can mentally picture that Bloodborne level.
Sure. I mean, I played the base game a lot more than the DLC.
Yeah, it's fine.
To be
But
fair,
I don't think Nightmare Kart's very good.
I'll give it a shot.
It is constantly like
I'm a sucker for Bloodborne content.
it is faithful to the source material in a way that is really remarkable.
I'll
It's
check it
not
out.
that good.
Well, yeah,
I
but
I think it is an interesting called shot, Ryan, though, of kart racers. It seems so kind of out of left field to me. Like the any other game feels like it has a lot more autonomy, and I think there's a sort of like inherent to a racing game. Like you are not the only being in this field. Two, I can't remember what property it was, but I feel like I played a kart racer recently that had no right being a kart racer.
Hmm.
And
I mean, there's Garfield, there's Hello Kitty Cruisers.
Nickelodeon has a kart racer.
There's Eminem.
Shrek has a kart
They did
racer.
a new Crash Team Racing.
Shrek.
The next
Like-
Astrobot game is going to be a kart racer for sure.
That's yeah, you're right about
Oh
that.
my god.
How
You're
long until they make an
absolutely
Astrobot
right about
Smash
that.
Bros?
PlayStation also
No,
has
they
Battle
already
Royale
did that.
2.
Yeah.
No, but this is Astrobot.
Oh my
Featuring
god.
PlayStation.
Astrobot kart. Oh my fucking
Astrobot
Lord.
Kart Racer.
Astro Kart.
Absolutely. How long until they also make Astrobot Party?
I'm floored. That shot me through the fucking heart. That's it.
You'd play the shit out of it, wouldn't you?
I mean,
I
I'd
would.
try
If it's
it.
a good kart racer, sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
If
I
it's just
bet
And I
that
mean,
team
if
can
it's
make a
anything like
kick-ass kart racer.
Astrobot, I would fucking like if it is Astrobot to the 3D platformer, as Astrobot is to 3D platformers, if the Astrobot kart racing game is to any other kart racing game, yeah, no, I'd play the shit out.
And like you'd have the different bots as like your. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yep.
Here's fucking $100 million.
You'd collect puzzle pieces like mini kits in Lego Star Wars.
Oh my god. That
Here's
would be-
$100
like
million.
in the
Jeff. Make
like
it
the
GOTY
coins in the Diddy Kong
2026.
racing challenges. Yeah.
That would be crazy if it was actually like aping Diddy Kong Racing instead of Mario
Oh
Kart.
my, yeah. Ooh.
You'd fly on the dual.
Fuck.
Okay. There we go.
I'm excited about this hypothetical game.
TM. Copyright.
TM.
Yeah.
TM that
TM,
shit.
TM.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sony,
yeah.
you can pay me for that.
Well, that hit the nail on the head. I played the Silent Hill 2 remake because a friend of mine they did a reverse dash on me where I said that like I'll get it if it goes on sale and I'll give it a shot, and then like 10 minutes later I had a notification saying they bought it for me on Steam. Thus invoking the clause of I have to play this because you bought me this game.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I have heard good things about it.
It was
I have a
fine.
friend who's super into horror in general, and she loved it. It was her game of the year.
I think that's insane, but
I mean,
but hey, it's a subjective thing. I'm glad they enjoyed it.
there's also a thing that I learned about after taking estrogen of like girl gaming is a different animal than I assumed it was.
I think that you're out of your fucking mind if you put Silent Hill 2 as your game of the Silent Hill 2 remake as your game of the year.
Yeah,
Happy,
that's fair.
happy for him.
I watched a playthrough and I think I agree it's my game of the year.
I like how
also
they
will
changed
say-
the dog ending.
Hey,
Silent
that's
Hill
like
fans,
me and what was it?
Zenless
Tetris
Zone
Effect.
PlayerUnknown's
Zero.
Battleground.
Which one?
I watched PlayerUnknown's Battleground and was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, no, this is the game of the year. I didn't play a second of that game.
that game was like number 2, I think, on my list.
Yeah, no, it was an incredible like it
I
it
miss,
Yeah,
was
Danny
the
loves
battle
PUBG.
royale.
I miss PUBG so much.
I do
miss
PUBG's
too.
incredible. Like
Big rip to
Fortnite
that
would
goth
not be
coat.
what it is without PUBG.
I just think
And
like
I've always said this.
Silent Hill 2 Silent Hill fans, period, are insane.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I cannot emphasize that enough.
I like
Um,
the changes they made to the extra endings in the 2 remake, where the dog ending in the original version had James start speaking in Japanese when he found the dog. But in this one, since the developers are Polish, he starts speaking in Polish.
Okay.
And the alien ending, they changed one of the aliens to original Silent Hill 2 James. And he's like, I'm the real James. You're just a clone. So I think that's fun.
Whoa.
I later went on to buy a physical copy of Silent Hill 2 on Black Friday for $20.
Fair.
I liked it enough to do that.
I still need to play Silent Hill 2. I might check out that remake at some point, but I'm not super itching.
I think that the remake at least hits the narrative points. I just think that those narrative points maybe don't hit as well in 2024 compared to a PS2 game.
Gotcha.
Well, while we're talking about kind of spooky, scary stuff, I want to talk about something. I mean, ideally when everyone comes back, but
Hook hand door car.
Okay, actually, you know what? No, here I'm gonna do a secret one that only you two
Ooh.
get to hear about.
here we go. Yeah, let's do it.
But let's actually really talk about ZZZ.
Yeah, let's talk about
All
Zenless
jokes
Zone Zero.
aside,
Mars
Infinity
After
Nikki
Midnight.
sucks.
Mars After Midnight.
Okay.
Um,
Mars
it
needs
is
moms.
the next game from
Shh.
fucking what's his name?
Pizza is over.
Fucking Lucas Pope.
oh, okay.
It
I
is
don't know who that is.
exclusive
It's a
to the
Pope.
Playdate.
Okay.
It is a game about doing like an Alcoholics Anonymous-esque like support center group thing, except it's on Mars. You're getting a bunch of aliens, and then all of the things are like Cyclops anger management. So what will happen is you'll come and get it. You'll set up the stuff you want to have like certain refreshments for them, and like certain refreshments are gonna be more appealing and get you more money. And then you're gonna get a knock at the door, and then you crank up to open the little like window slot, and your thing is Cyclops anger management. So if the person has like two eyes, it's like, oh, they don't belong here. So you close it, then you'll get another knock, open it up, and then like you'll have to like look at these different aliens and racially profile them to see if they belong at this meeting or not.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is just like we fart when we get scared, so you can buy like a little horn, so that then you open up, you look at them, you squeak the horn, and if they don't rip ass, then they don't fucking belong here. And a lot of like weird
Okay.
little things like that. It's pretty one note. But it's the next Lucas Pope game and it's exclusive to the Playdate.
Sure.
Lily, I know you asked. The Lucas Pope is the guy what made Papers, Please and Return of the Obra Dinn.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I still
I-
need to play Papers, Please.
Have you played Obra Dinn? You need to
do
play
that.
fucking Obra Dinn.
Oberdin's really good.
You need to play Obra Dinn. I don't fucking care what game you're working on right now. Go
Working on.
play Return of the Obra Dinn.
Is
It's,
it
Actually, do
on
Indiana
Steam?
Jones.
Yeah, what's
Is
that
it in the
available on?
Steam?
it's on everything. I think it's in the Steam pool.
God, I need to play that game.
It's-
No,
It sure is.
It's
Uh,
it is the best deductive. It's the best puzzle game ever made.
it's really cool.
Okay.
That's a strong claim, but okay.
If you read my blog, it comes up a lot in my blog.
I've only read your vlog.
I've
Whoa.
read a couple of articles on
Did
I've
you
read a
read The
transcript
Case
of
of
your
the Golden
blog.
Idol
I believe I did.
or Chance of Stenar or any of the other deductive puzzle games
LA
I played?
Noir.
LA
You know-
Noir.
I like now that you're talking about your blog, yes, I have heard mention of Obra Dinn once or twice.
It is the best puzzle game ever made. I'm actually going to then use this as a platform. I'm going to springboard off of this. Going to do a
Yeah,
little segue
please talk
transition.
about your blog.
No, I'm no. Fuck.
The
I'm, the
Witness.
blog is done.
Always be plugging.
No, the blog's
Always
done. I'm
be
not talking about the
plugging.
blog. I want to talk about. So there was this thing that I was going to do for this game of the year, but unfortunately, because of the scheduling and us having to record it all in one day, it didn't come to fruition. But I was going to get categories, 2 categories from each person per session we were going to do, or so 1 category from each person and then do 2 categories per session. I know that I discussed this with a lot of you. I had mine figured out. The category was going to be best outfit. Ryan,
And I think I know your best outfit of the year, or at
Something
least
from
one
Infinity
of your top
Nikki.
3. No,
what
I
what
mean
do you think it
that
was?
for me. You definitely mentioned to me Barrett's sailor uniform.
Barrett's sailor uniform was a contender.
I think you said I think you settled on top 3, maybe 5 for that one when you told me about it.
What ended up being, if I had to give that award to something, it's gonna be Alexei Pajitnov in Tetris Forever, because he has this Tetris suit jacket. He wears a Tetris suit jacket and a Tetris t-shirt, and the
He's
fit-
swagged out, is what you're
I
saying.
could see myself wearing that so fucking hard.
I saw him on screen and was like, "That's the most Dash outfit I think
Yeah.
I've ever seen."
But anyway, I bring this up to say Ryan had sent me over a category that he was kind of workshopping.
No, it
Did
was
you-
finalized and you hated it.
I didn't hate it.
And he told me I needed to fuck off, and I was
didn't say that.
uninvited until I took it back.
But do you want to say your category or the thing you were going to do?
I don't remember it. I think we landed on game that was the most different from the rest of its franchise. I just wanted, that, right?
To make it concise, we landed on biggest departure.
Yeah.
I
said biggest ziplash.
Yeah, most ziplash was, I think, Ryan's way of wording it. Is it the game that most evoked the feeling of Chibi Robo ziplash?
Not Hey Pikmin?
And anyway, when he put this category forward, I had a couple potential winners for it, and then the game that I settled on that would win that category, had it come out, was a game called Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Is that
This
part
is
of a franchise?
So, this is the developer of Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Okay.
Which is like a rhythm walking sim thing.
It's a interactive album.
It's an interactive album about a breakup. They went on to make a notebook needed puzzle game called Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. It's like a 15-hour Myst-esque puzzle game exploration. You have to keep a schizo journal game.
Same
and
guy who did Year Walk.
it's also the Year Walk people.
I didn't
Uh,
realize that was the same people. I
So
love
they
Year
went
Walk.
from Year Walk to Sayonara Wild Hearts to this. And I guess like this is probably, from what I understand about Year Walk, this is more Year Walk, but
Okay.
it's very different, at least from what I understand about Year Walk. But they're both kind of like the puzzle. This is way less walking simulator.
Year Walk's more puzzle.
Okay.
For
This
sure.
is, again, I would compare this to Myst.
Gotcha. Break out the Wii U. Play Year Walk.
It's
I
on. It's on the
remember
Steam library.
when Ryan had me try Year Walk, his notes were still there, so I ended up opening this box and he looked, he's like, no!
Yeah.
Don't open that!
So,
I got
um,
7 pages deep in my schizo journal before like I had to tap out of Lorelei because I'm too stupid. But it's a really cool puzzle game if you were so inclined to play a puzzle game.
Mine was Prince of Persia. Because it's different than those other Prince of Persias.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
one might call it the game of the year.
I wouldn't.
One might call it
But
the
some
second
might.
best game of the year.
I would.
Wait, didn't it? In our like collective,
It was the
reach
like
number one.
by the numbers aggregated game of the year.
The technical winner.
It wasn't mine though.
No, yeah, I
it
think
was my number 2.
Jason's.
I think it
I
was
think so.
Jason's.
Yeah.
I think the
Well,
only
we can just
game
say that
I
it is.
played-
He's not here.
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
I think the
Can't
only game
defend
I
himself.
played that would fit this category would be that Sucker for Love Date to Die For, but that's again only because they expanded the gameplay to be more than just like a VN, essentially.
Suck, apparently.
What a departure.
Yeah, so it's not even, it doesn't even really fit. It's just
I think my
Yeah.
number 1 would be Infinity Nikki because it's this open world expansion.
I'm hovering.
Mini game filled
I'm
game.
hovering. Because there's 2 things I can do. The first thing I can do is put in a waiting room, which is I can put her into timeout.
Can she still hear us in the
I don't
timeout?
think so.
I don't not in
Okay.
waiting rooms now.
I just brought her back. I just had her come, or I admitted her again, which is like to me funnier than kicking her.
I heard
Yeah.
just a moment of laughter during the time I was kicked. Just like an inhale from either Lily or Dash.
Hell yeah.
It's a timeout room. It's purgatory.
You got put in the corner.
confiscated your headphones.
I think
Lily,
mine-
What was
I think-
your category that you? Because I think you said that you came up with one.
Yeah, no, I think it was
wait,
good too.
Did you say me or Danny?
I mean both. I want to hear them both, but I
Okay.
called on you. But
Okay. Well, so I really would have liked to have done Best Snowy Mountain, but I feel like
Indiana
only
Jones.
one of the games.
really quick, I'm
Listen.
really sorry. I meant to tell you about that. I don't want to interrupt. I really don't. Do you remember Lonely Mountains Downhill from like a year or 2 ago?
Yeah.
They're making it's literally called Lonely Snowy Mountains Downhill.
Oh,
So
fuck.
good.
Just for me.
Yeah. Okay, go on with your category.
So like aside from Arctic Eggs, which obviously is a pretty great snowy mountain of sorts, I feel like I really only encountered one, and it was in this game called Europa that was very mid. I played it all the way through. It was
Installed
fine.
on my computer
See,
right
I
now.
haven't played
It's
to my
it's
to my
okay.
knowledge, I haven't played a game with snowy mountains, but or this year, but I feel like Indiana Jones would sweep.
That
I mean, if there were a snowy mountain, is there a snowy mountain?
There's
There's
a
a
whole
level in the
segment
Himalayas
where you're
Oh,
apparently.
playing-
I didn't get there.
so Lily, I'm just gonna let
But
me paint a picture.
I wasn't
a-
gonna do that category because I
Okay.
didn't have anything
Okay.
aside from Europa, which is not. I didn't super enjoy it.
You come for the snowy mountains, you leave because it's mediocre.
There is a German warship that gets teleported into the Himalayas.
Okay,
You are checking it out.
okay.
Prince of
I
Persia
mean, I would
also-
like to play more of it.
Prince of Persia, Great Snowy Mountain.
As you go through the snow
I believe you.
in Indiana Jones, you can look down and you can see it like accumulating on
Yeah.
yourself as you go
That's
through.
How does
cool.
that game look that good?
Dash, why did you send this picture?
I was just
Because
it's
of
that
Europa?
that's like my back. That's some of the backlog stuff from this year that I didn't get to. Your Europa's on that. That's all.
Oh, I
Oh.
see.
Yeah,
The
it's
word
like
backlog.
it's fine. I don't know. The movement doesn't feel as good as I would have liked for it to, like the fact that that's basically all that there is movement.
I
But
keep interrupting you. What's your category?
regardless, my category was gonna be best game to get high and play, which I
Llamasoft.
realize doesn't necessarily apply to everyone, which was kind of the like limiter here, but I couldn't come up with anything else, and the only thing on my list was web fishing. So take that the way that you want to.
Infinity Nikki.
I had a lot of fun playing web fishing,
I
just
wanna
being a
play
little
it.
cat.
I want to send emails while I fish.
You could probably do that.
Wasn't that the gameplay?
Yeah. You can fish and do the lottery at the same time.
Can't do that in real life.
I know.
Let me put this forward.
Okay, Danny, what's your category? While Ryan's getting his.
My category was best game within a game.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Yars Rising.
Oh, that's a
It
good
seemed-
Loop
one.
Hero.
It seemed like a lot of people had played like game collections or like Final Fantasy, which is just a series of mini games.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so yeah, no, I was curious
Man.
about what anyone's also
Fucking
like Mario
God.
Party came out this year.
That-
So
That's
Yeah.
a
I'm so
great
mad
category.
because like my initial thing I wanted to do was best game in UFO 50, but I didn't want to do this like no one like not everyone had played UFO 50. That is the perfect like God. I'm so pissed I didn't think of that.
I wonder.
That's
I mean, yeah,
perfect.
there's
yeah, no, like it's a good
there's the
category,
game
right?
collections. Trying to see if there's anything in
But
here.
also it's so hard to remember all of the games within games.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
I'm sure I
yeah.
played most of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I cannot remember all of the games in there. However, I will say one thing that cannot leave my mind, and I don't like it. I didn't enjoy the gameplay. I didn't enjoy the aesthetic of it, but it was cinematic in a way that, like, oh, that sticks with me. The drills in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as you are the military drills.
Military drills. Okay, I was
Yeah,
Dash thought you were talking about Pepper Grinder.
yeah, no, where you are control doing a basically rhythm game
yeah.
through a drill team sequence, a series of three different drill team sequences.
Hunter, I know you played the first 7 game. It's functionally like the same as the Honeybee in bits, like in terms of gameplay, but it's themed around doing like doing a military.
Is it the bit where you're disguised as Shinra soldiers
Yes.
during the parade? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I played enough of the original to know that bit.
And I don't,
Quite
it's
good.
definitely not my favorite game within a game, but it has stuck with me in a way that I just can't shake it.
So
Like the
Okay,
cinematic of it was strong. And
I-
like that's what a military parade is portraying. So it did a really good job of that.
I have 2 different things that I think can go toe to toe in this category. One of them
I
is Final
have
Fantasy VII Rebirth,
one.
which is as we know, is a minigame collection. Danny, when you're taking a boat to Costa del Sol,
Uh-huh.
there is
Yeah.
a Queen's Blood tournament going on,
Yeah.
and one of your party members really wants to play Queen's Blood,
I know, and it's so
but
sweet.
he can't play Queen's Blood because
because
he's
he's not
animal.
human.
He's not a human. So Red 13 steals a Shinra soldier
Right back.
outfit, puts it on, gets on his hind legs and enters the Queen's Blood tournament and is your
It's-
final opponent.
It is so Scooby-Doo.
It's so Scooby-Doo.
Like,
it is Scooby-Doo wearing human clothes, exactly the same.
like the scene in the Scooby-Doo movie where they're on the airplane and Scooby is dressed as an old woman so that he can sit in the seat. That's this.
Yes.
Like, that's what Dash is talking about.
Okay.
It's a weird dog tiger man dressed in military uniform
playing
to
fucking
play
Magic the
cards.
Gathering against you.
Yeah, it's so good.
The other thing I want to talk about, I have to wait until Lily gets back because she is involved with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can say mine if you want.
Do
If
it.
you want to, yeah.
So I'm not gonna do anything from UFO 50. I'm actually gonna do a mini game from Crypt Master
Okay.
called Whatever.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
it's a card game that you get a bunch of cards with names on them and you choose 2 letters per turn, and then you have to try to match the letters to the names on the cards, and each letter you match does 1 damage to your enemy, and then if you finish spelling out the card's name, then it has like a special effect. Like this one will give you an extra card each turn. This one will give you extra letters each turn.
so
This one
bad
heals
at it.
you. This one does 6 damage or whatever. But
See,
like
this is
it's fun,
this.
but it's kind of bullshit because some of the later enemy cards only have like they're like 5 or 6 letters long, names long, but they're only 2 letters. So like if they hit an O, it'll hit you like 3 times because the dude's name is Gagu.
Yeah, it's fucked.
See, God, that's exactly what I wanted from this category was something that is overly complicated and like sounds so intriguing and absolutely something I would play if it was just a standalone in real life. Like
Crypt
this.
Master is getting a physical release from limited run also.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Honestly, Crypt Master might be my top pick of like something I didn't play that someone
It's
else has talked
really
about.
cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You can also
Um,
play whatever with pretty much any NPC you can actually talk to,
Yeah.
including the
yeah.
Crypt Master. While you're just wandering around, if you just type whatever, you'll start a card game with him.
Fuck
Hmm.
yeah.
It's really cool.
So this
Play more
category
of
was
that.
actually kind of inspired by Turf Wars from Splatoon 3 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because that's a fucking phenomenal game within a game.
Pinball in Disco Elysium.
Okay. Actually, okay. Yes. The other
Yeah,
one
brother.
I wanted to bring up, but I wanted to wait until Lily got back, is there was a time, I believe this is when we were doing this is the day we did the barbecue.
Bart Simpsons.
the
Because
Bart
Colin
Man.
was up. I remember Colin was up for it.
Okay.
And I had gotten a little bit of backstory on this. The Japanese yen was doing very, very bad earlier this year. I think it still is.
Oh.
But
find out.
one of the results of it was that you could import Japanese games brand new day one for significantly less than full price in USD.
It's still doing bad.
Yeah, but they've course corrected the prices on the different things because everyone was importing games. I purchased a copy of, and I need to make sure I say the entire name of this game, Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. And
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
this
Yeah.
is just for like Ryan is aware, this is NES Remix 3.
Okay.
And the ultimate challenge in the game is and warps allowed, play through Super Mario Brothers.
No, you
Okay.
have to warp.
Oh, do
Yeah.
you?
It
Yeah,
would
no,
not. It made me
won't-
warp. Remember,
it
it kept
won't let
resetting
you
me
take-
because I was missing the vine.
Okay.
It won't let you take anything but the shortest route.
Okay, so yeah, you basically are speed running Super Mario Brothers 1, warps included, but that's like it. And the 2 participants, it was Lily and Rick.
No, I think it was me and Colin.
No,
Yeah,
it was
I
you and
think it-
Zach.
Oh, it was. It was
Oh,
me and
yeah.
Zach. Yeah.
Two
Because Zach
individuals
hated it.
who were who
not
have
good at
not
that
played
game.
through Super Mario Brothers and are kind of dog shit at it.
Oh, I haven't played.
But-
I played through that game on the Game Boy Color.
It's a timed race. So we have the entire group in my living room watching these two people try to race
Struggle.
Super Mario Brothers 1. And it was amazing. It
was
them,
neck
like,
and neck. It was crazy.
It took like almost half an hour.
Yeah, like 35 minutes, I think.
did.
I think it
Yeah.
was closer to 40 because like
Yeah,
the
it took a
par
while.
time,
And
the par time for like rank C or whatever the lowest was like 25 minutes, and it was well past that.
best fucking part, and I'm saying this mostly to Ryan because he wasn't there. You know that part in Super Mario Brothers 1 in like the World 8 Bowser's Castle where it's the maze and like if you go the wrong way it resets you back to
Oh
the
yeah.
beginning of the loop. The two of them having to brute force that puzzle,
Yeah, neither one of
like,
us knew the answer.
racing neck and neck with each other. Amazing.
Ugh.
Edge of my
love that.
seat the
Yeah.
whole time.
Did I
no.
win?
I don't even.
Beth,
It doesn't
you
matter
did.
who won.
Yeah, no,
But,
I
like-
I think I managed to ink it out, but
We,
Fuck.
the
it was
audience,
great.
won.
Like viewing,
Yeah.
viewing experience number one for 2024. Absolutely.
It,
Like,
it was
I'm
in
glad
my
I could help
nominations for
provide
best moment
that.
or sequence.
I should be
Wow.
a streamer.
It was aces. So that's a very good game within a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Ryan, do you have a game within a game?
I don't. None of mine really fit the
Okay.
the spirit of the award because it's like, oh yeah, Legacy of Rust was really good. Tempest was
Legally.
Oh.
Tempest was
That's
in
a game within a game.
Tempest was in that Llamasoft thing, but it's not with the spirit of the category. But
Now,
did
I'm,
wanna-
okay.
Oh,
go
Dash,
back
what about
to,
Mahjong?
What
I did-
about Mahjong?
What about Mahjong? But also, before you get into Mahjong, I do want to say I remembered my kart racer that had no business being a kart racer was Chocobo Racing.
oh
in
no, that
Final
has every
Fantasy
business
VII
being a
Rebirth.
kart raiser.
No, that's
Chocobo
like
Racing is amazing.
It should also be a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
okay,
Here, I'm
but
gonna
Dash.
real quick. I'm gonna go back to Lily's best game to play high.
Yeah.
And it's this one.
Oh, yeah,
Color
okay.
Space. All you do is you can control all this stuff with controllers and change the presets. And you listen to
Interesting.
music and you do psychedelic visuals.
Fuck yeah.
That's the entire game.
How deep into the library is this in the Jeffrey Minter story?
It's like the third timeline, I think, that's specifically dedicated to psychedelic music.
I know what you
visualizers.
mean. I really
Okay.
like that you're referring to it as a timeline, like it's an alternate universe where,
The Jeff Minter AU.
yeah.
Oh, that's what they call the thingies
Yeah.
though in the game,
The
right? Is it
Jeff
called
Minter
Yeah, they do.
multiverse.
All right,
The
Dash.
Jeffrey
Oh, sorry about that
Minterverse.
one.
Crisis on Infinite Mentors.
God, Dash, you were about to talk about Mahjong.
Okay, so yeah, let me talk about Mahjong.
Okay,
Yeah, I
then it's
gotta
gonna be
leave
for a
my
little
turn to
bit.
talk about something.
Now- Let me tell you, I'm your audience for trying to get someone to play with you.
Okay.
I want to play Mahjong.
Dash was
I would
just gonna
play
spell
Mahjong.
out-
I volunteered to play Mahjong at Dash's not that long ago.
Dash
and
was
was
just gonna spell out
bad.
letter by letter the web address to his vlog about Mahjong.
Again, and I say this in the blog, I only learned Mahjong for the purpose of completing more challenges in Yakuza games.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not
that was
surprising.
Yeah,
without question.
That being said,
Like that's
I-
what the creator uses Yakuza for is to play Mahjong.
I put a Yakuza 0 on my Steam Deck, and while I was at PAX, it was the other thing than Halls of Torment that I spent most of my time, like downtime playing. I played it a lot on the plane. I was stuck in the Denver airport for a pretty long layover, and I played hours of Mahjong. It's cool, and I am very excited about the Balatro Mahjong that's coming out.
There's a Balatro Mahjong.
Yeah, hang on. What?
It's
What is
called,
this called?
Aotenjo. Aotenjo. It's not out yet, but it should be out soon. It is the Balatro concept of, weird poker, except it's weird Mahjong.
Okay, that
Fuck
I
yeah.
won't get into that unless I know Mahjong, so I need to play Mahjong with you.
So the complicated thing about Mahjong, and like honestly, I think this is the biggest barrier to entry for it, is that
Yeah.
you are going to need to have either a piece of paper or like I did, I had a sticky note on my desktop. explaining the different legal hands to play. Um, because there's a lot of very complicated ones and there's a lot of very basic ones, but one of the things that you can do in Mahjong is you can take tiles from other people to like complete a set or a run, and when you do that you have to like reveal it face up basically to show like, oh yeah, I'm taking this as a legal move.
Yeah.
In a similar way, like if you tutor a card to your hand in Magic, you have to reveal it to show that you're not cheating. However, when you open your hand and like you show a thing in there, it locks you out of like 95% of the legal hands you can do. The thing that's tough to get used to is if you had there are a lot of very simple hands that only work if you haven't revealed things. But then if you were to reveal one of the things, a lot of the very basic hands don't work anymore. And you would think, because I played a lot of gin rummy growing up, that you would think, or it is kind of reflexive to always want to take a tile from your opponent when it's available.
Well,
And in
especially
fact,
when it's a button prompt.
and in fact, you almost never want to do that. The only situation that you want to do that in is basically like you already know you're probably going to lose this hand and you're going for broke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was kind of my biggest struggle of like learning when to and when to not do that, because again, at least playing it in the Yakuza interface, it really makes it seem like you want to do that whenever possible.
It feels like I need to learn that game the same way I learned Texas Hold'em, which is, or rather, the same way I learned Hearts, which is, against a computer is kind of perfect, and I have someone who knows the game over my shoulder telling me what moves to make and why.
I think that's a good way to do it. And then I will also say, like, I did get wins on the hardest difficulty that was in game, but there is still like overall, because the ultimate like high level mind games that you would be playing is if you are putting back a lot of a certain like denomination of tile or like suit of tile, that would signal to your opponents that you are not going for those, thus making it the higher chance of them being able to do things with that suit. So like the kind of back and forth mind games of that is something that I never got against a computer and never needed to learn against a computer. And I'm also not sure I want to learn that.
See, that's the I think the issue that I ran into playing Mahjong on Yakuza was that I was always playing that game. It was
You really don't need to.
because so that is oftentimes in those types of card games, in those like pokers, those hearts. I'm not an expert, but I do fairly well playing off of whatever is discarded.
And you just don't want to do that in Mahjong. Because like that's how you get yourself stuck into open hand situations. And there's sufficient randomness to it that it's one of the things, like if you were to master that element of it, it would take you from like a 90% to like a 95%. Like, yes, if you really locked in and got good at understanding that, it would be beneficial, but it does not matter in the big picture, at least at the level that I was playing at in this. Like, it's not something you need to worry about. But it's cool. Like I enjoy it as someone who again who grew up playing a lot of gin rummy and who likes horseshit like Mario Party.
You gonna roll up to the Mahjong table?
I think if I could, I would feel comfortable sitting down at a Mahjong table with strangers.
Wow.
I like a lot.
I'm not even comfortable at a Go Fish table.
Yeah, like
they have those.
Please teach me Mahjong so that we can play together.
Sure, I'll do. I mean, I'm never gonna buy a physical Mahjong set.
Oh no, but like,
here's what you do: you both start playing Final Fantasy 14. Just play Mahjong in that.
No, I'm gonna do it in fucking pirate Yakuza like a Tiger. You haven't
Say
met
the
Tiger.
full name. You've been such a bitch about it so far. Say the whole thing. Don't bitch out now. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Come
it's
on.
not even a
Yeah.
Gaiden. I don't understand.
That was my
Um,
runner-up for most anticipated just because of the name.
Yeah,
They
get it
should.
right.
I'm not caught up on Yakuza. I'm not gonna play it, but the name is so silly. It's my runner-up.
And it's a one-off, and it has Samoa Joe in it.
Yeah, Samoa Joe is one of the bosses. The same way
Love
Danny
it.
Trejo was one in Yakuza 8. Okay, the last game I want to talk about is a letdown game, but it wasn't enough of a letdown other than that it just kind of like made me sad that like the team behind this made this instead of something better. But it is Thrasher.
Oh, bummer.
This is the spiritual successor to Thumper.
Oh,
It is, I believe, VR only.
okay.
And it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's a
It
VR
didn't
game.
it
It's
didn't
not
look like
out
it would
on
have
Steam
the
yet.
same kind of visceral gameplay that
No,
Thumper
it's
did.
basically you have your controllers and you're like controlling a snake.
You're
and then
composing.
you need to it's like
Interesting.
composer movements, and you need to send this snake like through different things and like hit certain targets, keep it away from other things, but you're like manipulating this snake on screen to avoid different things.
I got the vocabulary. It's a conductor, not a composer.
Whatever.
I'm sorry, but it was eating at me.
It's my nuts and you can huff them is what it is.
Damn.
If you want something to eat at you.
Yeah, it's
Nuts
a
Huffman in the building.
it's a bummer because man,
Nut
I like
Huffman,
whatever. We
Hot
have talked
Coldman.
Thumper to death in this household, but
Oh
We're a
man,
Thumper
that is
house.
that is. I didn't know about this game, and hearing about
There's
it
a
like
reason.
that's a bummer.
and I again, it's VR only. Apparently, it's not on Steam, so it might legitimately be only on the Quest.
I bet it's on PSVR 2.
I could see it being on PSVR too. Yeah,
It's not out on Steam yet.
That's kind of crazy.
It has a planned release date of 2025 on Steam.
I'm looking at its website. Also, not to be confused with Thrasher Skate and Destroy for the PS1.
Oh, that's
Thrasher
what I
the
was
magazine.
talking about.
It is available now on MetaQuest and Apple Vision Pro only. It is
Interesting.
not coming to PSVR 2.
I have a Quest. I could play it. I won't, but I could.
The
suppose.
visuals are cool.
Well, yeah, but like I could just play Thumper.
Yeah, exactly. You could just play
Like
Thumper.
And
Thumper
you should.
fucking whips.
Didn't
I
Thumper
need to get
have
that
a
for my
VR
VR.
version too?
Oh yeah, it's the best version.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Thumper, I mean, it's good in every version, but the
I
VR
should
is
play more than
incredible.
15 minutes of that game.
If you're gonna
I
play
agree.
Thumper,
Yeah.
play it on the Switch with Joy-Cons or play it in VR. Those are the two options.
Really? Okay. I love waggle in a game.
So you don't waggle it on the Switch and you don't waggle it in VR, but the Switch Joy-Cons have HD rumble and
Yeah.
they make really good use of it.
Oh.
What is
okay.
Ryan's
I
camera
love
doing?
what Ryan's got going on.
What the
He's
fuck?
fighting away.
Currently it's just a
Yeah,
white
he's
dot
a
in
little
black.
Yeah,
field.
no, like I see what he's doing. I'm
Oh, and it's fluctuating.
Oh no. Oh no.
oh,
Oh, God,
Ryan's
it's
being
happening.
born.
What's happening?
What
It's
the
giving
shit?
birth to a new Ryan.
This very Majora's Mask. I will
really
say.
hope this works on the recording
yeah.
because he's not making
Otherwise-
noise, so it wouldn't shift to him.
Oh, I'm making
Oh.
noise
I
now.
don't know what setting you are. I have everyone up top.
No, that's what I
No,
did. But that's
the
what I did when
recording
we
is
recorded it last
weird.
time anyway. But it
Yeah.
didn't like, and I can't find the setting to change it.
Oh, so it
Ah,
is still. You think it's still swapping around?
I don't know. I have no way of knowing.
Yeah,
We'll
Won't know
never
till
know.
it
but that was
finishes
that was
processing.
beautiful. Whatever. What?
Yeah,
Whatever.
whatever the fuck you just did, Ryan. It looked good.
Oh, thank you. Is it something like this?
No.
No, not quite.
Closer to this, maybe.
Okay, well, Dash talked about what he
li-
wanted to talk
actually,
about.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm out
but
of I'm out of
still-
like my big points to hit.
like closer to that in that like it's on the same planet.
Took a lot of clips when I was playing through Indiana Jones.
You took a lot of
I
clips.
Yeah.
took a lot of clits.
Like anytime like a funny bug happened or something, I would take a clip.
Chat, clip
I
that.
I didn't have too much crazy clips happening in Indiana Jones. The ones I really had were like a guy would die and then just like spring up
Yeah,
with like a rag doll.
there was one bit where on the snowy mountain I stealth hit some dude and he just like sprung up and fell off the ship. Just off the side. I was like, oh, okay.
Body hidden.
I
had
always
like
forget which
no
button
bugs
is-
with it.
I always forget which button is like push or like kick. So I keep wanting to like push guys off ledges, then I end up just fighting them. That's the end of my story.
Oh, there's one.
Lily, what do you want to talk about?
Find it.
I want to talk about a category that I mean, I think if I had brought it up months and months ago, it could have been a jazz category. And it's best like passive horror.
Can you give me an
Ooh.
example?
Best ominous
I-
vibes.
Like
have an option.
like observational horror. There's no immediate danger, you're not running from anything. You're just observing.
Hank Rogers.
Yeah.
Forever.
So I
That would
have
definitely be mine.
3 games for this
Okay.
category. The first one, number 3, is The Cabin Factory.
Okay.
What is
You are just a factory worker. You go in, you like stand at a podium and you hit the like deploy button or whatever. And a log cabin rolls down a conveyor belt and stops right in front of you, and you have to go inside. And it's not quite like the Platform 8 or the Exit 8 where you're just looking for things that are different. You're looking for things that are moving. It's like a cabin that's frozen in time. Like there could be people in there. There's a variant with a whole bunch of stuffed animals.
Like the mimics from Prey, the bad Prey.
A little.
You mean the good prey?
No.
But like you
Well, that
have to
does make
walk
sense.
inside these cabins, and whether something's different or not from what you're used to doesn't matter. It only matters if something moves actively while you're in there.
Okay.
And this one's kind of fringe on the passive because sometimes there's like a thing that'll get you. But they're pretty few and far between. Most of the time you're just looking and watching and kind of just seeing what might be moving. Like there's a child upstairs with a towel over their head. And in every so many variants, their feet will like kind of click together. But it happens once every like 10 or 15 seconds. So if you're not paying super close attention or standing up there watching them for a while, you won't see that happen. You won't see it move. So you might go back out to your podium and report it as safe rather than the big bad, and you'll get docked and you have to start over. It's pretty neat. It's a good concept. I like it. It's in the Steam pool.
I'll have to check it out. Sounds like my vibe.
Yeah.
How did you describe this? It wasn't ambient horror.
Passive horror.
Passive horror.
Which that, like I say, that one's kind of fringe. The next game is the perfect encapsulation of it. It's called Pools. All capital letters, Pools. Yes,
Who's-
Dash.
It's fine if it is. It's totally fine if it is because we have like tried to push stuff. Is this one of those things where you really want to give a game an award so you make up a category in order to talk about the game?
I mean, these are games that I wanted to talk about, but not really.
Okay.
Pools is a maze game, but it's first person with like really good lighting graphics, and you just have to find your way through like waist deep, completely empty water park plus spa areas in like 12 different areas or something. It's just a bunch of first person mazes with like really good water and really good lighting that there's a bunch of pathways that go nowhere. There's not a lot of background noise, like there's splashing and footsteps, but there's no music most of the time. It's just kind of you thinking about what you're doing and where you're going with almost no hints for how to progress.
You don't get
Very
chased by
cool.
some sort of spookum.
No creatures, no danger, no active threats. It's
Just kinda
just
spooky.
fucking spooky.
Okay.
Yes, Danny.
So this category,
Yeah.
I booted up Animal Well while we were talking about it.
Yeah.
I still
There's
want to play
active
Animal
threats
Well.
in that game.
There's
That game is
active-
actively spooky.
Yeah, there's active threats in that game, and there are passive, like the color palette, the sound design, the way I'm looking now, and there's just like there's visual indicators for the way the air moves in this game,
Sure.
and it shakes the lanterns,
Okay.
and that's
pretty
fucking
spooky.
that's pretty fucking spooky. But also, it reminds me of something where, during our main podcast, our Game of the Year podcast, I had not like gone back to any of the games and like done a thorough ranking for myself. I just kind of like, admittedly, I finished Zelda the night beforehand, and it's the only game I finished for the year.
Fine, we don't have that finishing clause anymore. The games must be finished.
Yeah.
That was done away with
Um,
early on.
Yeah, no,
It has to be.
it's
Well,
the
it doesn't
only
have
game.
to be, but yeah.
Makes
It's
it
the
a lot
only game I
easier.
finished.
Dash,
However-
you would be talking with yourself for a
I'm
while, I
aware!
think.
Yeah. So,
I can either play more games or I can play more of games.
I have I played a lot of Animal Well, and I am looking now at a tool that I didn't mention in that game. I mentioned the pencil in that game as my number one. It was fucking great to just make notes on a map. However, the frisbee. There's a number of very simple tools in that game. And the frisbee, it's a little disc that will fly in a straight line between any two hard objects. If
I
the
know
object,
what a frisbee is.
well, okay, it will fly. This one is unusual in that it will fly continuously. If it hits something kind of fluid, like some vines or something, it'll drop out of the air. But if it's just between two walls, it will fly in a straight line between those two walls. And you, as a little animal, are light enough that if you can time it right, you can jump on top of this frisbee and it will keep flying between these two walls. And it will go from, if there's nothing in the way, it will go from uh, frame to frame throughout the Metroidvania. So you can ride it across the map.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. No, there's some really incredible puzzles that use this frisbee. Also, the frisbee will hit a switch and bounce off of it, and if the switch is leaning against the frisbee, it will knock the switch in the other direction. And so there's at least one puzzle where there are two switches next to each other, and so you set up the frisbee and it will knock the switches back and forth, and you can progress through the puzzle through the use of this frisbee. It probably would have made number one tool on my game of the year list if I had been going through and actually playing bits of the game when I was making my lists.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking choice.
I think the only thing I know about Animal Well is that if you're playing it in a windowed mode and you like move the window with your mouse, the vines shake.
The
Oh,
gravity
that's
applies.
so fun.
I like when games do that.
Yeah.
But that's all I got. I keep looking at my list of games that I played, and I really don't have much else to say.
I had one more passive horror.
Do your
Let's hear
passive
it.
horror.
I had a number
Please.
one. It's I'm on observation duty 7.
You're just making this shit up.
I
swear
promise
to
I'm
Really,
God.
is that really passive horror? I thought the whole bit of that.
Hunter
is that
knows
you're
what it
supposed I thought the whole bit with that series is that you're supposed to be looking for like spooky stuff happening, and then you report it.
I mean, you are, but there's not like inherent danger most of the time.
What's not
it's
inherently
passive.
dangerous about a naked man with a pineapple in front of his dick?
What is inherently dangerous about that?
Because he's looking
There's a
right at
naked
you.
man with a
Oh
pineapple
no,
in front
he's
of
a
his dick.
swinger. You can tell from the pineapple.
Well, what direction is he holding the pineapple? He might just be a fan
I
of
don't
pineapple.
remember.
He might just like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I encountered that man on the street, I would be walking the other direction at
Yeah,
a
across
brisk
the
pace.
street. I ain't dealing with that
He's
shit.
not on the street.
He's
Yeah,
on
He's
the
in your
platform.
log cabin.
That's
even worse.
That is
Maybe
even
you
worse.
invited
How
him.
is that not worse?
If I invited him, why is it when I report him as an
I love-
anomaly, why does he disappear?
I
Well,
love
just because you're
hearing
rude.
Ryan's voice and seeing the ghost of Ryan
That's passive horror.
pass across my screen.
Yeah, the runner-up passive horror is Ryan's camera during this recording.
Why?
The
What's
work
going on?
Wi-Fi got him fucked up.
Work
Uh,
Wi-Fi hit different.
I'm telling you.
Just as like
I did melt this webcam on accident, putting it above a overhead projector.
No, that is so scary, Ryan. Like,
It's
you
not
don't
that scary.
understand.
That's what the fires will do to him.
Like, like it's Twin Peaks level horror.
God
Oh,
rest
good.
his
I
soul.
like
Big
that.
rip.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Rip.
I'm looking at my list here of the 84 games that I played, and there were two things on it that stuck out to me that I did not talk about in any category that I thought kind of sucked shit.
Mm.
Oh.
Like it
The
sucks
first
that you
one,
didn't talk
and I don't
about
have like a
them, or-
lot to say about them other than like people should not play these. Stellar Blade sucks shit.
Did it.
I've heard nothing good about it.
It's dog shit. Like
I heard the
Don't do that
soundtrack's
thing.
interesting.
where people will like be horny for stuff and they conflate that with a game being good.
Oh, like
Ah.
Zenless Sense Zero or whatever it's called.
No, okay, no.
no. The stuff with like Stellar
That's
Blade
different.
is way goonier. Like it's way more malicious.
Oh, and do we have access to this? You said
Zenless Zone Zero actually
You said this game is
actually
called
cares
what?
about what's happening.
Stellar Blade
It's-
was so bad that I sold it back to GameStop.
That is
Whoa.
pretty bad.
The other game that I would like to say negative things about is the Jackbox Naughty Pack.
Mm.
Come
Mm.
on, get horny with your friends.
We watched it live during a lot of PAX panels, and it was, I would say, totally fine, and in fact quite funny for a lot of the things. We played it one time in person, and I about pulled the plug on my television when one of the questions came up, as opposed to answering it.
Okay,
Really?
but what was the question though?
I don't remember, but it's different when your fucking wife is in the room playing the game, and you have to answer some of those
Right.
fucking questions. It's a
Some
little
people are
awkward when
married.
people know who your wife is. Jason can get away with it because we don't interact with Juice on a regular basis.
I mean,
On a regular basis means ever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It
I
got
met her
burritos
for the
with
first
her.
time at their wedding.
Yeah, me too.
It is
That's true.
it is awkward.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge bummer. They introduced a thing to let you like not make it so raunchy. It doesn't solve the problem though.
Mm.
Oh.
Why won't you get horny with your friends though?
I'm not gonna do that again. If
He
people
will,
did
but
not
his wife's
know-
in the room.
if my wife was not in the group chat, I maybe would, or I would maybe feel like I could answer those questions. Oof, yeah. Mm-mm,
It's fair. That's
Mm-mm.
fair.
mm-mm. No siree, no siree, Bob.
What's going on, Jackbox? Come on.
They released 3 Jackbox games this year, and
It's a lot of Jackbox.
yeah, they're getting pretty good at it.
At releasing them or making them?
No, at releasing them. They're becoming exceedingly efficient.
I mean, Jackbox games would have counted for games within a game.
No, they totally would have if any of them
Yeah.
deserved it.
If they were
Yeah.
good.
Does
Yeah,
another
I-
Crab's Treasures settings count as passive horror?
Yes.
What,
Yeah.
like give a crab a gun?
Well, no,
Yeah.
like how,
If you give a crab a
you
gun,
give a squirrel a gun.
Also, if you're in the ocean, that's terrifying.
yeah, like how the ocean's so polluted, your money is microplastics. Like,
There's
things are
there's
going
nothing-
crazy because of pollution.
I wanted to be a marine biologist, and there is nothing about the ocean that isn't terrifying.
I want to be a latrine biologist.
Fuck Mullet Mad Jack also.
Which one's
really,
that?
you didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
Tell me why.
There's too much going on.
Some
It's
people
got the
just like good
Angerfoot
games.
problem.
His old eyes can't handle
Doesn't
it.
feel good. Fuck the Crush House.
Oh damn! I kind of wanted to play that
Oh.
one.
I think I played like 10 minutes of Crush House.
Fuck Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That one.
Yellow
seemed
Taxi
okay.
Goes Vroom is worse than Penny's Big Breakaway, and also fuck Penny's Big Breakaway.
I
Aw,
haven't played that.
damn.
Big breakaway.
I saw about 2 minutes of Penny's Big Breakaway and wanted it to be good. And
Same.
watching it, it was not.
Fuck World of Goo 2.
Oh, I remembered something I was gonna bring up. Stalker 2 made my PC do something I've never seen it do before.
God, that came out.
Where so I got like a liquid cooler. It's got horribly garish, annoying RGB at all times. That
You on that NZXT Kraken?
I don't fucking remember. I think I would have to change it in the BIOS, so I just have never bothered. But when I was
Kraken,
playing Stalker
That's the second
2,
drink I'm drinking.
Oh.
that stuff's pretty good. When I was playing Stalker 2, I had been playing it for like maybe 2.5 hours, and I actually looked at my PC, and I noticed that the CPU cooler had stopped being this spirally rainbow pulsing thing and was just solid red and was occasionally flashing. I was like, that's concerning.
That doesn't
I'm
sound
gonna
good.
stop playing now. And then I never played it again, and I uninstalled it, and I have not seen it do it since, even when playing Indiana Jones for like 5 hours straight.
Stalker
I heard
seemed to
that
come
game
in a
just
little
runs
hot.
horribly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I haven't heard any. Like everyone who played it has had some sort of incredibly unique issue with it.
Does anybody else have anything they want to get out?
Buckshot
This
Roulette
big
was
poop.
cool.
Just goddamn Ryan.
Marvel Rivals was honestly pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen any Mr. Fantastic gameplay?
I've seen, yeah, we have rendered the widest Reed Richards.
He's got an ability where he just like
Yeah,
goes like that and he reflects damage, and he looks so silly walking around like that.
Does Reed Rogers ever not look silly though? Except when he's really hot.
They gave him like a beard in this, and it looks kind of weird.
A weird
beard yelling at the mic. Beard's weird.
Do I have anything else?
But Karu was cool.
But
Much
Kara
love
was
more of that.
cool.
I thought that was on your backlog.
It is. I'm working on it.
Mm.
I played like the first. I got through like the first kind of like I played like maybe 9 stages. It's cool.
I don't even know what it is.
It's just like a 3D action platformer. It's made to be like kind of a homage to the Mystical Ninja games.
Oh, okay.
But it's got a different level for every Japanese prefecture and like has, I would say, like maybe like tourist level kind of insights to each one. Like you can get little trivia about the area and things like that. It's very charming.
So there are 52 levels.
Something like that, yeah. Plus a
Wow.
couple like bonus ones for transit, but yes.
Let me hit some of these since you're saying fuck you to some games.
Yeah.
Fuck No More Heroes 3.
Um,
Come
I'm just hitting all the stuff I played. It's a jazz session. Let's see what else. Fuck that Mad Max game. Fuck
Was
Another
there-
Crab's Treasure, which did come out this year.
Was
Fuck
there
Kingdom
another
Hearts
Mad
RE Chain of
Max
Memories.
game, or was it the one from like a few years
Fuck
ago?
Rivals of Aether 2.
Fuck Wario
Yeah.
World.
Hunter, what was your question?
Was it the Mad Max game from like years ago, or was there a new one?
Yeah. No, it was the one that came out, like, I think it was like a launch title for the previous generation.
Fuck Pokemon trading card game Pocket.
Fuck Metal Slug.
Fuck you.
They're bad.
No, I love Metal Slug.
Fuck
I-
Owl Boy.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
say
can fuck Owlboy.
fuck Visions of Mana, which I will say a lot of people loved,
Do you
and
not?
I didn't play enough of.
Oh.
But like it felt like PS5 textures being placed on early PS3 processing.
Ah.
Visions of Mana, more like Visions of Mon. I wish I was playing a better game.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck the
I-
Entry
I think he's
Odyssey
gone.
collection.
Bye, Ryan.
I think it's like I've heard enough that I think it's a good game if I get into it, but it like feels like not game feel, but visual feels like shit.
Okay. Bad eye feel.
So it
Yeah.
looks like shit.
Yes. It looks like shit.
just is shit.
I think it's not though. I think it's actually kind of good, but I didn't get deep enough into it.
The Red
didn't
Dead
get-
PC port is overpriced but good.
Well, that's
yeah.
good to hear.
I'll get
Yeah.
it when it's like 30 or less.
It's a good port of that.
If it ever gets 30 or less. Fucking Sekiro is still $60
Once
Jesus
GTA 6 comes
Christ,
out,
why?
because it's Activision.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Ultros
Um,
seems cool.
Ultros is cool so far.
Like the
Are you
Final
just looking
Fantasy
at the games
6
you want to
boss?
play this year?
I'm just like looking at like 2024 stuff that
It's
like
jazz, baby.
I
Maybe
would like
for
to
you.
play Athena Crisis.
You know, I'm playing a Hades right now.
Hades nuts.
Ooh.
Liar's Bar is interesting, but not good solo.
Melissa and I played one level of Alien Hominid Invasion, and it seems fun.
They made another Alien Hominid game?
Yeah,
Crazy.
Weird.
it was last
In,
year,
in the year 2024?
2023.
Oh,
It was November of 2023.
well, we're not talking about it.
Close
I know.
enough.
I'm gonna
Someone's
say
been nagging at me to play Slay the Princess for the entirety of 2024.
It's
I'm
rigged.
sorry.
say
It's all right.
Dusa is not best girl.
Go fuck yourself. That right
Disagree.
there, that is
Hard
almost, I'm hovering
disagree.
on removed from fucking, like that goes past the timeout room. That is,
Nah, y'all are thinking cishet male, fucking Dusa, shy, fucking no.
Okay, you have
Shit
not
doesn't matter,
finished
Danny.
Deuce's story.
Yeah, finish Deuce's story.
Okay,
I'm gonna
fine.
need you to
Yeah,
finish
do it, I
her
dare you.
finish her storyline.
Okay,
Deuce is
Sure.
best girl.
Deuce is best girl.
sure.
You entered 4
Fine.
games?
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, fuck it. What literally what do I have to lose except for money?
What if they're on the same time slots?
Then I'll fucking have to pick and choose. It costs $10.
No Street Fighter.
I haven't played Street Fighter in like almost a year.
Okay.
I haven't played
Yeah.
it with a button box at all.
Oh.
I registered for Combo Breaker while you were having that discussion about fuck certain games and others.
Street Fighter. I
6.
don't agree that 6 should be the number one.
Well,
Neither do I.
Me neither.
I don't think anyone in science thinks it should be number one at this point.
So
we
that's
had to
the-
start
okay,
somewhere.
So that's the issue, though. It's not that nobody thinks it should be number 1. It's that we all like. It's the ranking that everyone has agreed on.
Yeah.
I don't
Time to
think
start
Third
over, I
Strike
think.
should be that low.
The thing is that no game has surpassed Garou. And for some reason we put Garou below Street Fighter 6.
Someone didn't want Garou above Street Fighter 6.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. What did we do?
What did we do?
An imperfect. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Is what tis.
We'll see if City of Wolves can surpass it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm gonna play it at
Um,
Combo Breaker.
I've played City of Wolves and it's fun as fuck.
I can't wait. Is Bijane in there?
Yes, BJ.
Stock.
Have you heard BJ's theme?
I mean,
Look it up
Is
right
it-
now. Right now.
okay.
Unrelated, I was supposed to get a free copy of Star Wars Outlaws with my CPU. I redeemed it. I did not get a free copy of Star Wars Outlaws.
I like the first bit I played.
So I'm just never gonna play that game
That's
because
also probably fine.
I was only gonna play it because it was free.
As someone who likes some of that Ubi slop, it seems like some Ubi slop.
Seems
but-
extra
That
sloppy.
sounds really bad then.
Sometimes I need the Ubi slop.
The
Just play
theme
Witcher
from
3.
Mark of the Wolves.
City of Wolves. It's fucking Donkey Kong music.
Got him. Got him.
No, I mean that affectionately.
I mentioned
Well-
Buckshot Roulette earlier. It's pretty cool. Multiplayer is not very good though, which is a shame considering that game seems like it would be on paper really good multiplayer. But then you start playing it with any more than 2 people and it takes fucking forever.
Well, that sounds like we're about out of jazz.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good, productive jazz session.
Been
But
I think it was a
squeezed
really
of all
good
of our
jazz session.
And
3
now
hours of jazz.
we can put an end to 2024 and we can officially look forward into 2025.
It's official.
It's
Yep.
official.
It was my year, Pa. I'll do it.
First 2025 game I'll play is in 6 days.
Yeah,
Which one's that?
someone at work like tried to make some small talk with me today, and it was just like, yeah, what am I looking forward to? And I have to do that like awkward thing of just like, look, the game I'm looking forward to next, you've never fucking heard of. I understand that you're trying to like be polite and like make small talk, but like,
And they also weren't even talking about video games.
yeah, I just kind of like said like, I mean, there's some stuff coming out next week, but yeah, Civ 7 looks really fun. Like, I'm excited for Civ 7.
I'm not.
It might be cool.
I don't know. I loved what they're saying about it. I think it's some cool ideas.
I don't know. They would.
What's the scuttlebutt?
Basically,
They
so
took like the worst part of humankind And I don't think they did anything to improve it.
So what the crux of it is you will pick a leader at the start and you will pick a civ. Then you will have two other points in the game where you can shift into a different civilization based on criteria that you have met that they may or may not make aware to you. So they're like secret ones you can do. And then that kind of changes how you play your early game, your mid game, and your late game.
Yeah, mid game is right.
I get no respect. No respect.
Got him.
Well, yeah, I think it sounds cool, but if it sucks, then I still have Civ 5.
There are 3 Chinas in it.
It's a lot of Chinas.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of new civs, new leaders. Harriet Tubman is
Gandhi.
one of the leaders you can play as.
Is the
No
British
Gandhi.
Empire really not in it?
Really.
Not at all. They'll
Really?
probably add it later as DLC that you have to pay for. But
Is
Not that I'm like itching to
Base
play as the
game.
British Empire. I just think it's really
wait,
funny.
really?
Yeah.
yeah, I got a list of all of them up. You'd think it'd be an exploration age, but
Have
nope.
they not? Have they announced everything?
As far as I mean, they might announce more, but I don't fucking know. I don't even know when the game comes out, honestly.
It's in like a couple. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it literally says more coming soon on their page.
Yeah, better hope
I-
so.
I think it's safe to assume that England will be there.
Nah, they didn't do anything important in history.
There's no Gandhi. Well, it's not even a Civ game if there ain't no
I
Gandhi.
bet there will be a Gandhi in it.
Better not have to pay for him extra.
I bet there will be a Gandhi in it.
There ain't no nuclear Gandhi. Is it even Civ?
Gandhi's the Eddie Gordo of civilization.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call it an end to the jazz session, and
Jazzin'.
everyone can enjoy their 2025, and we will reconvene in a year to do the only gaming award show that there is.
We
Only
should
one that
get
matters.
Statler and Waldorf next year.
I'll see if they're available.
Video games.